Tuesday of the month, so you know what time it is. It's time for you to go ahead and enter into the man cave. Real quick, what play we gonna run?
You do look like a coach, though, man. You do look like a coach.
But Deion Sanders is not making $93 million.
Now, you don't never dip your pen in the company ink.
I'm glad you said pen. I thought that was going a different way.
No,
I didn't know that was about to go.
Well, you can clip this. If I gave you $168 million, I want to know what type of fabric software you're using on your initiatives. You know what I'm saying?
If he could be described in 3 words, he's so horny at that moment. Yeah, I said that. That's going in the highlight tape. I know it is. You know, after that.
Oh no, you know what I'm saying?
You just ahead because once we get on Patreon, we're gonna have that platinum tier for the platform Sportstalk show. You know what I'm saying?
We need some platinum sponsors. That's what we need. You know what I'm saying?
Missy,
Man,
knee alone, Friday knee alone,
Fresh Prince knee alone.
the best man, me alone, man.
Well, anyway, it was a good run while it lasted. So
Then they were exactly who we thought they is.
And that's why we say we look at the guys that are in our OTE arena is who are you? You know,
Crazy story. The first time I touched a basketball court, I cried. I didn't want to go. They forced me to go. They put me in the van.
It's a give back to allow the young people to experience the game, to learn the fundamentals the right way.
All right, so it's the Man Cave coming to you live from the Platinum Sports Talk Network. My bad, Smooth. I won't mess it up no more. I got you, man. I got you. All right, you know what?
It's the platinum show, man. It's a platinum
Yeah, the show is platinum. That's why I keep saying it. It's so.
Hey, yo, yo, yo. Hey, yo, yo, yo. Can you see me? Can you see me? I'm here. I am here. My name is Stanton. Welcome to the Man Cave. First and foremost, we want to apologize for the technical difficulties we were experiencing this evening, but we are here and we are ready to bring y'all a good show. And to my right, like always, the right hand man himself. I want y'all to please show your love to Sadal. What's up, brother?
What's happening, man? Sadal, the selector, the real estate DJ in the house.
All right. And then, we got somebody else here, commonly referred to as the blackest man in radio. He is also the blackest man on this podcast. I want y'all to please show your love for the one and only Mr. Craig Black.
What's
What
up, fellas? What's going on, fellas? Can y'all hear me?
Yes. Can you hear us? That's the
I
question.
can hear y'all. We are good. Then we are good. What's up?
We are
right.
here. Yeah. All right. So y'all have been tuned into our social medias as faithful subscribers, and we thank you for doing so. Right now, I want to take this time to introduce the newest member of the Man Cave panel. I want y'all to show your love for Mr. Mario Whitaker. What's going on, brother Mario?
Hey, how y'all doing?
Welcome in. We gonna clap for him.
Welcome.
Appreciate it.
I'll keep clapping to the real clap. There we go.
There it is.
Oh yeah, we top notch around here. We got sound bites. Heck yeah, we here. Mario, please inform the people about who you are, your sports background, if you played anything in high school, anything about that. Tell us about yourself.
Yeah, I'm from Richmond, VA, 2 up, 2 down.
Okay.
For those that don't know, I played basketball 4 years for Holland Springs High School.
Okay.
That was pretty much all that I did. I was focused on the workforce when I got out of high school. I did coach a little bit of Little League basketball when I was there, from like ages 5 to like 12.
Okay.
So I do have a little bit of coaching background as far as basketball. But I'm a passionate guy when it comes to sports. I mean, you guys will find out when we start talking. And I'm excited. I get to share my views with other guys.
Yes, sir. Well, we're
right.
excited to have you here, man.
Yeah.
A great edition. We gonna have a great time. It's funny. You from VA. We got Craig, who is also up in the DMV area. I believe he's out in Maryland right now. Craig, is that correct?
Yeah, I'm in Hyattsville, Maryland right now, right outside of Washington, D.C. That's like when I can walk across the line out the back of my neighborhood now, being Northeast Washington, D.C. But what's up to my VA brother? Welcome to the show. Good to have you. Y'all can hear me, correct?
Yeah, we can hear you. I was just acknowledging a comment from Miss Dub. Welcoming Mario to the show. Miss Dub is our number one fan. Like, we have deemed her that. Yeah, she is the end all be all. So you got the stamp of approval already. So that's major.
Even through the technical difficulties, she's here.
Still here. Holding it down. All right. So if you are paying attention to our social media, like I already said you were, real quick, let me shout out our social medias. I want to thank everyone that is subscribed to us on YouTube, if that's where you're watching us. Well, we're also live on Facebook. We are live on Roku, and we are live on Hot 365, where it's always hot. Make sure you follow us on Twitter, because what is an X? At 314 Sports Talk. Make sure you follow us on Instagram at Platform Sports Talk. And if you know somebody that you would like for us to have as a guest here on the Man Cave or any of our platform shows, please shoot us an email at platformsportstalkshow@gmail.com with all your information, and we will do our best to get you on the show. And as always, the Man Cave, Ladies Night, and the Platform Sports Talk Show are all brought to you by Smoooth Productions. I think I covered everything. No, I didn't. If you're watching us on YouTube, make sure you click subscribe and then move the mouse over and click on that
bell,
because every and any time we go live,
you will be notified.
Like today. Again, we're sorry for making you wait, but we here in living color, baby. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to introduce our guest panelists right now. Coming up first here in the building, I want y'all to show your love to a returning panelist. Give it up for Coach Betts.
Not running out the back like Family Feud. You gonna give good
Right.
answers today? You giving good answers today? We need good answers.
All the answers.
Top 5 answers on the board.
But okay, you can have all the answers. We need the good answers. Like we don't just need everything. You said all the answers. We need the good ones, not all of them, because bad is incorporated in all. You know. Yeah, Coach Betts, it's good to have you on the show. We got another guest here joining us live via satellite. Do people still say that?
I don't know.
No, I don't think they do. But I want you all to show some love for another former panelist here on the show. I want y'all to show your love for the returning Coach Turner. What up, Coach?
Fellas, can y'all hear me?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
You can hear us?
Oh man, what's going on, gentlemen?
Oh, man, we here.
Man, I
Mr.
like the way Coach came from out that changing booth back there, man. Man, that was a nice little intro, boy. Man, you cold with it.
Man, hey, every time I come back, man, they show me a little more love every year, man. It's crazy.
Oh man.
So, first of all, Coach Betts, what's been going on with you, man? It's been a while since we had you on the show.
It has been. I feel like every time I come here, I got a new job. That's what I feel like. I am now the new head coach at STEAM Academy at McClure South Berkeley.
Okay.
I've taken over, actually moved over to the girls' side. So I'm the girls' varsity coach now. Going full-time girls basketball. I'm very excited about that. Still coaching with Brad Bill Elite, AU basketball on the girls' side, coaching 15U this year. Get to coach some of the best girls in Missouri, travel around, play to some of the best teams. Again, just trying to give back to the game of basketball. Girls basketball is really taking off in the St. Louis area, in Missouri. And so, just trying to expand and keep building those girls up in basketball and expanding and showing how good we can be.
That's what's up to you, man. We always love a BMW, a black man working,
Indeed.
Always, at all times. Coach Turner, what's been going on with you, brother? We haven't seen you in a minute. Well, I haven't seen you in a minute. What's been going on? What's the word?
Shoot, life is life, and ain't it, man? It's man, just trying to work on my balance, man. We got the beginning of school. I went hard this summer, man, doing seemed like a camp or some type of training almost every week in the summertime. So again, like Coach saying, just trying to give back to the game, staying active, staying in the gym. Working on myself, like I said, just trying to have that balance between, family, work, and honing my craft. And, before you know it, man, our actual season will be here, man, in a couple months. And so just trying to spend as much time as I can around my family. And like I said, just trying to make sure that I have some balance before we get going for this basketball season this winter. So other than that, man, no complaints.
All right, cool. Well, it's great to have you here. Coach Betts, it's great to have you here. Craig?
Yes, sir.
What up, Craig?
So
I know earlier this month you had your community cuts for kids here and then also in your DMV area. How did that event go, man?
Oh, the event was great, man. Check out the shirt. I don't know if y'all can see the shirt, 2023.
Oh, yeah.
Hey, shout out to all my partners, and shout out to my man Smoooth for all the help with promotions for the Community Cuts for Kids this year. It was a great event. We have 4 locations over 3 days. It was a lot to take on. That was the most I've done in 1 year of the 22 years I've been doing Community Cuts for Kids. But the St. Louis came out. St. Louis showed out. All my partners, shout out to my girl Buffy Dillon, Fox 2 News, my family over there, Hot 104.1, 96.3 to Lou, and just every barber and stylist in St. Louis, Missouri. Can't forget about the DMV as well, that just made it happen for the kids. Send them back the right way, built that self-esteem, gave them school supplies, and had them looking real good for the first day of school. So it was a great event this year.
All right, man.
Awesome.
I just want to say, every time I hear him say Hot 104.1, man, that takes me back.
Yeah,
it feels real good. It's like, oh, man.
Yeah.
Because, I don't do that anymore.
What's up, coaches? How y'all doing, coaches?
Oh, man, blessed, man. Blessed.
All right.
Living the dream, baby. Living the dream.
I hear a lot about it on the news. That's what's up. Yeah. You heard a lot about the event on the news. I saw him on Fox too. It was pretty cool. I was at work trying to shuffle through hospital stations. They a little different than normal local cable. I couldn't find nothing. But I found him like right as they were going off. So I was like, all right, cool. But hey, I appreciate y'all for being on the show. We about to have a great show. We're gonna hop into it. Fellas, anybody want to talk about what's on their mind right now in the world of sports? Somebody, anybody, everybody.
Man, I can kick it off, man. We got some college football craziness right now, man. College conference realignment.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah, man, it is crazy. We got teams on the move around the country. I mean, first off, you got Texas and Oklahoma. You know, they announced they're going to the SEC.
Yeah.
Next year. But then after that, it seemed like they just kicked off a whole slew of just movement right now. Then after that, you had USC and UCLA. They're announcing they're going to the Big Ten.
Mm-hmm.
And you got Colorado, Arizona State, and Utah going to the Big 12.
The Utes.
Yes, the Utes. Yes. Then Oregon and Washington announced they're going to the Big Ten.
It's a lot of teams in the Big Ten right now.
And not to be left out, you got some more movement on the way. You got people talking about some movement to the ACC. They're trying to get into the game because they're worried about getting left out. They are right now in talks with California, Stanford, and SMU. Yes. Southern Methodist University.
I was gonna say Southern
the Mustang
State. I was gonna say Montana.
Yes. So they're in talks right now. They're looking like they're close to a deal to go to the ACC.
Okay.
Then you got rumors right now that BYU. No, this is no rumor. This is happening this year. BYU, Houston, UCF, and Cincinnati are in the Big 12 officially right now. They're going to start play this year in the Big 12. And I don't even know why we're talking about Big 12 and Big 10 because that's out the window. All the numbers are gone. I mean, it's like it's the Big 25, you know.
It's like one's Big North, one Big Midwest. That's where we are right now.
Right. And then not to be outdone, the Big 12 is trying to double down on the basketball side, and they're trying to recruit Gonzaga and UConn to go to the Big 12 for basketball purposes. Now, these Power 5, we're talking about Power 5 football, but when they move conferences, all the sports are moving.
Mm-hmm.
So you just think about all the basketball matchups within that, you know, outside of football. So it is crazy. And as you can see at the very bottom, Pac-12 is pretty much done.
That's a Pac-4.
Yeah. They're sad, man. I think we're seeing the last remnants of the Pac-12 right now. I think they're gonna go defunct because it's just been mismanaged throughout. Like I don't know, I say about the past 10 years or so, just mismanaged. Failed to get TV deals, failed to bring money into the conference, and so you've seen a lot of teams moving. I don't know what all you all's thoughts on this, fellas, but what do y'all take? What do y'all take on this?
Right now, the Pac-12 looks like the kids that got left out in like a dodgeball or a pickup game selection. It's like they're just sitting there waiting for a conference to accept them. I agree with you. I do feel like the Pac-12 is on its last leg in these next couple seasons. No clue where the teams will go, but I know that they will be dispersed evenly. But these realignments, it was a lot for the first go around of realignments. That was a lot of teams. I remember the last realignment I remember is when Mizzou joined the SEC, thinking it was going to be sweet.
Yeah,
man, we should have stayed in Big 12. Anyway, but yeah, you know, I feel like there will be more realignments as the years go by. I feel like this is just the beginning of the musical chairs of conferences.
They were just talking about Power 5 conferences. Now you can't say Power 5. It's probably going to be more like a Power 3, unless the ACC make some noise and bring some more teams in. But all the bigger schools are going to the SEC, the Big Ten, or the Big 12. The Big 12, at one point, they thought that was going to be a dying conference, and they just was rejuvenated when they brought in, Colorado, Arizona State, Utah. They was like, no, we ain't dying off yet. So, yeah, and then on top of that, you're going to have in college football a whole new playoff system. It's going to be 12 teams instead of 4. I think that's next year. I believe they're going to start that.
About damn time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right. It's long overdue.
Come on,
it's long overdue.
We all know it's a money grab. That's why all this shuffling is going on right now. They set in position to get the bag. I mean, it is what it is, man. College football rules all college sports, but it's about the money. I ain't mad at them. Go ahead, get all the money you can, and hopefully they'll trickle down to the players, the athletes, our student athletes.
Well, they got the NIL money now, man. So so it's starting to even out a little bit. So everybody's trying to jock for position right now. A little bit. It's a little bit. Before they start putting governors on and blaming Deion Sanders for everything.
Yeah. Not in the big time players get all the money anyway. If you're not a big time player, you're not seeing those checks. But I don't know.
Yeah.
Let's give them a little scraps.
The biggest take out
anyway.
Craig. Mario trying to talk.
I'm sorry,
every time Mario open his mouth, Craig be like, and one more thing. Wait a minute.
I mean, I like to hear some feedback from the coaches as well, but I know this football, but you got to look at it. I mean, you got the SEC, Big 12. They big conferences now. As a coach, your recruiting process is going to be real deep now. It's not going to be the same anymore like it was before. You're taking Texas and putting them in the SEC. You're taking Oklahoma, you put them in the SEC. You got Alabama in the SEC. Mm-hmm. You're taking Colorado, you bringing them to the Big 12. Deion has Texas background. He has Texas roots. So it's going to be, to me, I want to see who can recruit going forward after this realignment. To me, that'll really show me who the power conference is going to be, who can recruit. Because now, as a high school athlete, you got choices now. You really got options. It's not just one school you're going to be dedicated to. You got many options now. So, just from Adriel, from your aspect, how do you think you would recruit if you was in that type of a situation when you bringing in 2 power schools, just like Oklahoma and Texas, and you already got Alabama, Georgia already in the SEC?
Because this does affect basketball as well.
And yes, and it will.
Yeah. I think for me, it's again, if you don't have a name, if you don't have your recruiting, you don't have your speech, you ain't got your spiel right away. You can't recruit. You can't recruit. You're gonna fall off regardless.
That's right.
Now you're being put in a bigger pool, bigger sharks. You have to be on your game. So what are you selling? Are you selling the school? Are you selling academics? It has to be something outside of, hey, we're in this particular conference, or we're only going to have to deal with these particular schools. And everybody can't do that. Everybody can't recruit like that. And so it is going to be interesting. Again, like you said, I believe it's a money grab. We can get what we can.
Yeah, it is.
If we lose, we lose. That's how I look at it. I don't think they thought this all the way through.
Okay.
Yeah.
I want to hear Coach Turner's thoughts, and then I'm gonna get to Miss Duff's comment.
No, I just think that a lot of those schools have to go digging into like their alums and again seeing what else do they have to offer to get a 5-star athlete, 4-star athlete to come to their university. So if you look back, Mizzou was able to package something to where, okay, we know the NIL money is going around. Well, now emos and old what is it, Red Hot Ripley's and all these different businesses are in play now. So now your university has to get it kind of in bed with some of the businesses that your state has to say, all right, look, we want this 5-star athlete. How can we partner or have eyes put on this person if he comes here? Because I mean, I don't know if the report is out, but like they're making some changes to even kids being able to transfer so quickly. So kids are gonna go kind of scope out things, and if things are not right, they're gonna be on to the next. But I think at the end of the day, the university has to sell a little bit more than just school and academics. What else can you bring to the table as far as the money and the funds to get eyeballs? And I'm guessing that the Pac-12 is kind of hurt because again of the TV deals. But I mean, that's hard to kind of fathom because I mean, you out there in California on the West Coast, that's supposed to be, Hollywood, West Coast, Suns, but they can't land a big time TV deal. It's kind of odd. And I don't know how those rules are as far as those kids going to those universities out there. Something may not be appealing for them to go to be able to keep those studs at those universities. So some of the schools just have to go back and see who they have on the alumni board that they can kind of get these guys in and say, we can have a deal for you over here based on that. So.
Yeah, just to add on what you were saying about them not getting that deal, that TV deal. The leaders of the Pac-12 pretty much fumbled the bag. They had a deal with I think DirecTV, and they went into this long-term deal, which was really not a good deal. And at the same time, you got the SEC and the Big Ten landing major deals with Fox and ESPN, Disney, and so they got the better of the deals in the TV, and so they got more eyeballs, more people watching Fox, watching ESPN, and so these athletes know that, and so they want to be seen by at the people from the next level. So they're gonna go where they got the TV deals. And so like, you've seen a lot of talent move out of there and go out east to play. Well, in the case of UCLA and USC, it's like, okay, well, we're going to go where there's a better deal out there, because all of these teams in that Pac-10 looking at these other schools like, man, we want some of that money. We didn't, and what are you all doing for us? Which was nothing. Yeah. So it's like, okay, well, we're gonna go where we can see, show us the money. And so that's why they're going.
And I think too, just based on like the fact of like the time that the games come on too, like that's huge too. I mean, a West Coast football game, I mean, you got to kind of stay up pretty late. I think USC and Notre Dame probably had like a prime time game, but all of those other West Coast games are kind of a little later on in the evening to be able to watch.
I think over the next 5 years, this is going to be a real good look for Coach Prime, saying about what he can sell, what he can offer. His recruiting is really going to stand out over the next 5 years with this new alignment where he's at, TV time. You're going all eyes on Colorado just because of what Prime brings. It's going to be, and that's going to be a serious marketing tool for recruiting. I mean, you're like, I'm gonna put you on the stage, baby. I'm gonna take you there. What you gonna do for me? You gonna show up? You gonna show out? Prime going. What he does, he's a salesman and he can get it done. So it's gonna be real interesting in the next 5 years in college football with the recruiting and what Prime does.
And to your point, Craig, we ain't gotta wait long because Colorado's plays TCU next week, next Saturday.
Ooh. I think they're going to beat down. How about y'all?
Hey, we'll see.
Real quick, before Ms. Dubs comment, T-Bone, it feels real weird to see T-Bone in the comments again. This is strange. It's going to take some getting used to. He was answering the question as to why there aren't a lot of TV deals on the Pac-12, and it is the Pacific time. You got to think about it. If they're showing the game at 7 Pacific, it's going to be 10 o'clock. All the way over in New York and 9 o'clock here, and people are going to be getting ready to go to bed. Like, they're not going to stay up just to see something they could watch on ESPN. So they're kind of at like Coach Turner was also saying, they're at a disadvantage with their time zone and the differences. But then to get back to Ms. Dub's comment, her question actually, she said, so does all this realignment mean that there will be fewer conferences in the coming future? Absolutely. If so, which one? Right off the bat, Pac-12.
Yeah.
Pac-12 is 4 deep right now. So I feel like they'll be the
they're
first ones to go. And then from
gonna be
there,
Pac-0.
Man, yeah, the Pac-10 is turning into the Big West.
Yeah,
dang, I ain't heard about y'all remember the Midwestern Conference?
Yeah.
Whew, a time. So yeah, I feel like Pac-12 will be first to go, and then probably after that, probably the ACC, because
if they don't
like
land
Mario
these big
was saying,
schools.
like Mario was saying, the SEC and the Big 12, those are the top ones right there. They've been the top dogs for like
Florida.
years.
Florida State is already threatened to leave, and Clemson may not be far behind.
And that's 2 heavy hitters for the ACC right there. So yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if they do this like all the professional sports. You just have 2, like you got this side, Eastern and Western, like something like that.
Yeah.
So yeah, I feel like it'll just keep cutting down unless something happens in negotiations and the colleges don't like it, and then they make their own.
The conferences really started because of the travel of the day. Back in like, I don't know, the 50s, 60s. They had to have regional conferences because travel wasn't as easy as it is today. And now, with professional sports, they do it all the time, or even college sport, they do it all the time. So it's not as a big hindrance as it used to be. So,
but these schools got planes now.
Yeah,
planes, trains, and automobiles.
They got private jets now, so
yeah,
travel is way easier. It's one less thing they have to worry about.
So real quick, since we're on the Ms. Dub, quick with it. She said, "Can't blame them if all the TV coverage is going to the larger conferences." Exactly. Yeah. Like they trying to get their shine on. They trying to make sure somebody in the right place sees them play. Well, since we're on the topic of college football, as y'all know, everybody's grinding for that college championship trophy. So who do you all see as contenders right now? If the season were to start today, who do y'all see as contenders? If we can get the teams back up on the screen, producer.
Well,
this passcode for this tablet that locked on me.
I can kind of kick it off. Well, it's the usual suspects. Alabama, Georgia, Ohio State. Really, they've been in it every year for the past 2, 3, 4 years now. One of those other 3 combinations outside of Clemson, they kind of fell off. But for this year coming up, Alabama, Georgia, Ohio State. Outside looking in, you got some wild cards there. You got Michigan, who has competed with Ohio State. They went head to head. USC. They got the reigning Heisman Trophy winner there. And I say Texas. I say look out for Texas. They got the Manning kid coming up. I don't know if he's going to play this year, but we'll see. But then you got, I don't know, college football. You just never know. There may be some teams emerge that we may not see, but that's what I have.
One thing we do know is that it is always played better. Anyway, I wouldn't know. Say real quick, Mario, who do you have going to the playoffs for the college championship?
I think your mic is. I don't know if they can hear you. There you go.
Yeah, if I had to pick 4 now,
crispy.
Definitely Bama, Georgia, as they try to three-peat, Michigan, and just to give y'all a heads up, I'm a Florida State guy, so I'm gonna take my nose.
Okay.
All right.
And if I had one more, I think, did I say Michigan already?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so Michigan, Florida State, Georgia, Alabama. I will not forget about Ohio State, but that day got to be 0-2 right now.
Sure is.
You got to go to the big house again this year. And if he lose in the big house again this year, it might be not. Ryan Day's job might be done.
Yeah. And another thing to note about we talked about Alabama, Georgia, Ohio State. They all have new quarterbacks.
I agree. I agree.
It's going to be interesting.
Coach Betts, your 4 teams. Who you got? Who you picking?
4 teams. Georgia, of course. Back to back. Can't go wrong with them. Alabama will definitely be in there. And I'm going to pull some dark horses out the hat only because I know some kids that go there. They may not even be close. They may be terrible. I don't know. But
he said,
with Notre Dame, I got a freshman there. Christian Gray. Shout out to my guy, Christian Gray. He's a DB out there. It'd be his first year out there.
They're not bad.
Play a little bit out there. So I'm gonna put Christian Gray out there in Notre Dame. They gonna surprise a bunch of people, And then I got another dark horse. So I'm going with Bryan, man. I just like listen. They gonna be the freshest team. They gonna look good. They gonna ride. They gonna have a marching band out there. They may be terrible, but I want to see them on Prime TV. I want to see them. I'm going with dark horses. We get all the good kids. I don't hear about them.
I'm definitely rooting for Colorado.
I want to watch Colorado.
I'm definitely rooting for Colorado because I'm a Deion Sanders fan. I want to see them succeed. I see them winning 5 games. Tops.
I give them 6.
Okay.
I give them 6.
But I think they may be in the mix in the next couple years.
Purposes, man. Entertainment purposes.
Yeah.
They gonna make us watch TV.
I'm definitely gonna watch.
They gonna make us watch.
Yes.
We can watch the Lakers, and they terrible. We can definitely watch.
Hey, get that man his credit. He took a team that was great.
Like that, coach.
Soon as
was I supposed to it's a different segment.
It's crazy. LeBron be taking trash teams real far. That's
making
wild.
us watch. Making us.
He's like, I'm trying to get this ring. Carrying this big old bag of trash. I mean, my teammates. Real quick, Coach Turner. What are your 4 college teams? Then we're gonna get to Craig, and then we're gonna.
I'm not gonna even act like I'm watching football every week. Like some of these teams, I have no clue of who's where and who's doing what. Like Coach said, I mean, eyes on Colorado just based off. I mean, Prime. I watch his YouTube channel all the time, so that stuff is entertaining within itself. Watching them boys get ready to play, but I mean, what Georgia, Alabama, who else in the mix? I'm gonna say Tennessee, and let's throw K-State in there. So those would be my top 4.
That's a good pick.
Yeah,
they won the Big 12 last year.
They sure did. They sure did.
Craig, who are your 4?
Well, it's the usual suspects every year. Somebody already said that, and I agree with that. But I want to see who's going to be the TCU of this year. I'm hoping and I'm praying it would be Colorado, but it's not. Let's be honest. I think the first year coming out, Prime is going to have a difficult year. He's going to be in some muddy waters. But I just like to see that. I like to see that underdog team come out. That's why I'm glad it's going to 12 teams. So you have more teams on the outside that are undefeated looking in, can actually get a shot at a national championship. But top floors, you got the same 4. Georgia, Michigan, Ohio State, Alabama. LSU may sneak in there. You never know. Clemson. But I want that dark horse. Somebody said that. I want that TCU to show up and shake up the college football world. Somebody to come and make an impact, make it something like a March Madness when anybody can win. So that's my point.
Let me get my phone and get on up out of here with this. All right, if I can get the teams. I only know 2 offhand. I'm gonna be freestyling the other 2. Number 1, come on, y'all been watching the show. Y'all know who I'm riding for. Oregon, baby. That's my dark horse. That's my dark horse with Bo Nix. Yeah. Watch out for my Ducks. I'm putting Colorado in there. I'm being hopeful. I will always support the black man. And then I got Alabama and Georgia. Will Georgia repeat? I don't know. They lost their courageous quarterback in Stetson Bennett to the NBA draft. He got drafted to the Rams. I was happy. And then
the NBA draft.
I said NBA.
Yeah. I'm not the only one. I'm not the only one, people.
You the most frequent though. Don't get too cocky. Hold on. We still got a couple hours left. But anyway, for the NFL draft, he was picked up by the Rams. I don't want to talk about them right now. We focusing on the regular season
because they suck.
Damn!
Wow. Did you really? Producer got jokes. Okay,
that's cold. That's
Man.
cold. I am taken aback. For those of y'all who don't know, that's me. I'm hurt. Smooth. That's dang. He didn't want to be the only one hurt. He wanted to hurt somebody else.
Yeah.
Ain't that something? Man.
By your own words.
Look, by my own words. Step one was when he had these stools all high when we came up in here trying to get us all to tear our patella tendons. He wanted to be in the tour and
breaking tailbones and everything.
Breaking everything. Concussion protocol, man. If we would have fell back, what we got?
Right.
Nothing.
But
look, I picked my teams real quick. I want to go back to what's on the mind of my brothers around here. Mario, what's on your mind? What's been catching your eye in the sports world right now?
It's not really too much. I mean, the college football realignment probably is one of the biggest things that they've been talking about. I'm pretty sure if the football conference gonna do it, the NCAA gonna do it next. If it's money to be made, like Craig said, if it's money to be made, them schools going to go get that money. So I'm waiting to see if they're going to do that next for the NCAA, and that's both, men and women.
Mm-hmm.
Coach Betts, what's on your mind with these sports?
Listen, I've been watching a lot of boxing. Boxing has got my eye right now after the destruction of Earl Spence by Bud. I'm so curious to see.
Good word.
I'm curious to see what's next for Bud. I know we talking about Charlo and that's the field, but a lot of talk swirling about Canelo and thinking about another undisputed fight. I'm interested in seeing that. But then even further than that, what's going to be next for Shakur Stevenson? I want to see if he's going to get another fight. Right now, he's a man everybody's ducking. Haney don't want to see him. Lomachenko don't want to see him. So boxing it's going to give me a little more buzz. I was afraid it was going to kind of go off in the dark. We were losing our TV and pay-per-view fighters.
Mm-hmm.
And so now it has a buzz back, and so I'm hoping that we start getting some of those super fights again. So I'm back interested in boxing.
Love to see it. Combat sports is one of my favorite, boxing and MMA. But I'm with you, man. I'm good. It's good to see boxing back. Where it's supposed to be.
Yeah, man. It's entertaining now.
Yeah.
Like before, it was just you see the fight. It's like, man, I don't want to watch this.
Yeah, they don't watch them.
They were just throwing on some fights. Be like, oh, we got to throw a boxing match. All right, get him, and we just gonna make it do what it do.
When Floyd left, it kind of took the air out of boxing, and so now allowing Bud to be on the stage where he's been trying to get for a long time, I think is huge for boxing, and hopefully it'll start spurring some of those good fights again. So,
yeah.
Brother Craig, what's on your mind, man?
Coach really brought back some bad memories because I lost a lot of money on Errol Spence. Damn! Yeah. I thought Spence was going to actually show up to fight. I guess he just thought it was a little dance recital or something. I don't know. But what's on top of my mind is me defending my fantasy football championship title this year. That's what's been on top of my mind this whole time. I am the champ in my league, and I walked away with all the money that I just gave right back because of Errol Spence. But anyway, that's what's on my mind. The upcoming football season, I'm really, really excited about my Commanders. I'm really excited about the hype around my team, Magic Johnson, and to see how we fare this year in the NFC East, to see what's going to really happen with my squad.
All right.
Okay. All right. I'm like, you're who? They're trying to change that name again.
Well, they command us right now, sir. They command us right now, sir.
Right now, they are commanding. That's all we've got. Okay.
Yeah, they need to get to squash everything dealing with Snyder and just start clean slate, man.
I will say, as soon as they announced the completion of the sale, they had some event and they said the fans were out. They haven't seen that many fans in a long time, and I'm like, all right, well, this looks good for the organization.
I'm happy for him, man, because
I'm
I
happy
wish
for him,
I
too.
wish we can do the same with the St. Louis Cardinals baseball team. Get rid of all those, all the ownership, the Dimwit family, and anyway,
Who?
that's
You call him the dimwit?
the Dimwit family.
Oh Lord, he changed letters around.
Yeah. Well, anyway, that's another sport. We'll talk about that.
Yeah, we'll get to that soon. Real quick, I want to shout out this comment right here. Shout out the Man Cave crew. Great conversations. What's good, Coach Turner? This is Coach Scott. Coach Turner, you know who Coach Scott is? From
Shout out to
Kirkwood.
Coach. Yeah, shout out to Coach Scott. What's going on? Thanks for tuning in. Oh yeah, we about to dive right into these sports conversations. So right now, man, guys, the thing that I'm kind of keeping an eye on is have y'all been following Ice Cube and the Big 3 League and Jalen Green playing in the All-Star game, and just kind of rooting for this guy, man, because I look at we talk about the underdogs and just kind of following this whole Big 3 versus the NBA versus the namesake of basketball. It's good to see somebody kind of emerge and to kind of like basically take on big business and just having somebody like Jalen Green come out and kind of break the mold and playing in something like that, I think is very revolutionary. And I just like stuff like that. Just, people kind of going against the grain, not going along to get along, but kind of ruffling feathers a little bit. And it's interesting to watch. So this is a story that I'm kind of keeping an eye on, and I kind of want to see what's going to come from this. So,
hey, Coach, you sure that won't Jaylen Brown from the Celtics?
Oh yeah,
Jalen Green.
Jalen? Yeah, Jaylen Brown. My bad. Yeah, shout out to Jalen Green too. Jaylen Brown.
Yeah, I was gonna let you keep your flow going, and then
That's real.
We got you, man.
Well, look, we spoke about the NFL earlier. As you all know, the preseason has wrapped up. Some teams did better than others, and we got the regular season coming up.
Regular season is coming up
in
man.
about a week and some days, I believe.
Yes.
I believe they got this next week off, and then we kicking off the regular season. So I want to know right now, what teams are we predicting to go to the playoffs this year? Yeah, we could get the graphic right there on the screen. Shout out our producers. What I want to do is I want to go down one side by conference, and then we'll switch over to the next. I want to start with the AFC North. As you can see, all those teams made some pretty impressive signings over the offseason. Ravens just right off the bat with OBJ. So out of this AFC North, who do you guys see being the top dog out of here and going to the playoffs?
Said it. Where you want to start?
Oh, dang. Started. All right. We're going to start with Mario.
All right.
Who do you see?
New guy gets all the first.
Heck yeah.
Yeah, there you go.
Are we just going in speed order and new guy? Yeah.
Okay, I'll take that. Baltimore, do they have a number one wide receiver? No, they don't. Zay, maybe.
OBJ,
he just there for the money, man.
No, man. He there for the money.
OBJ on his line. This is
got Lamar Jackson.
He did. Yes, he did get a ring.
So
yes, he
He's
did.
not about winning the championship. He got it. So I'm gonna be honest. Out the AFC North, you still got to be cool, bro. You got to beat Joe Burrow. That's his division right now.
Wow.
That's his division right now.
Yeah.
I like Lamar.
Yeah.
I'm not taking nothing away from Lamar, but you got to beat that man. That man is the real deal.
That man is also dealing with a little injury right now, so he might be
non-contact injury.
Which is crazy. Brother
Those
was running.
non-contact injuries are always
Brother was
dangerous.
running.
Now, like I would say about Lamar, and it's just my opinion. It's just how I look at it a little bit. Everybody that get a bag, do they always play well when they get that money? No, they don't. Lamar got that bag. Let's see if he can play up to the standard of he like he should. He got a weapon now. Let's see if he can can get to the playoffs and get to the finals, the AFC finals. Let's see.
All right. Well, to answer your question, I think they answer, and to be the man, you got to beat the man, right?
Correct.
I think Lamar Jackson beats the man, and they go on and win the AFC North. Okay. I really believe it. OBJ is the spark that Jackson never really had at wide receiver, and so now he's fully healthy. He's not playing on bad ACLs. They fully repaired, and so I see him coming out and wreaking havoc. And not only that, they always have a great defense.
I agree.
And great defenses travels anywhere.
Yeah.
And so with that, I think the Ravens take the AFC North.
I'm gonna go with the Ravens as well. I'm rooting for Lamar, for that black power over there. Yes, sir. Coach Ben.
Yeah, same thing. I mean, I think Baltimore and Cincinnati, they're your two big dogs. Steelers are terrible. Cleveland is Cleveland. I don't
like Cleveland.
The key part is Baltimore and having a new offensive coordinator. I think Lamar has a new energy. Yes, he has that bag, but he also now has control over the offense. And I think that is going to re-energize him. He's not too far removed from being MVP.
No,
I think he's going to come back to the MVP form. Can OBJ help him? I think the name alone helps him, gives him a little confidence to look outside and see somebody that has done it. And so I think they have just enough. Joe Burrow, we don't know. You have a non-contact injury. You don't know how those things play out. So I'm gonna lean a little bit more towards Baltimore. I'm gonna lean with Baltimore. I think Lamar comes back to MVP form, with the bag.
I like to see it.
The bag is an excellent motivator.
Motivate. Hey, listen,
man,
bag me. I think I can throw a ball or two of you. throw me.
I might give you a lot of interceptions, but I'm gonna give you some touchdowns too.
Right.
We're gonna win by the run game, but I'm just know at the end of the day, when you lay your head down on that pillow, just know I gave you everything I had. That's me. Real quick.
I mean, it's guaranteed. It's guaranteed.
Guaranteed. So. It's like I'm getting paid regardless, win or lose.
I mean, I may fall down too and just end it all. Just so I can now that I got the bag.
I tore I'm out. I'm hurt. I'm injured.
Bruh.
Craig, who you got coming out the AFC North?
We've been talking about Lamar's bag, but I just don't think he got enough. I'm gonna be honest with y'all. I think that guaranteed money, it wasn't enough, man. Being a former MVP, I can't stand the fact that Kyler Murray has more guaranteed money than him.
And it's trash.
It's trash. I can't understand it. Anyway, but that's the NFL. I'm a Lamar fan. I want Baltimore to win the division, but I just think Cincinnati, that Burrow Chase connection is too much. I think Cincinnati is going to actually win a division by a couple of games. So I got them going to the playoffs, AFC North. And that's just my prediction.
Yeah. Okay.
All right.
Oh, I got to shout out Patrice Whitaker too. Yes, Commanders all day. What's up, Patrice? How you doing? Appreciate you. All day,
real
all
quick.
Day,
yes.
All day.
Mario, could you read that comment by a Miss Patrice Whitaker?
Yeah,
that's
my wife. She a commander all day. I mean, I support her.
That is a great woman. You know what? That is a great woman you have there, sir. I mean, salute to your wife.
I'm gonna say this real quick, Craig, and y'all can keep going. If Sam Howell would have played a little bit more last year, I think y'all would have had a better chance.
Hey, I do too.
Yeah,
Ron let us down.
They didn't get screwed by the referees in that Sunday Monday night game.
No, man, call it what it was.
A lot of BS happened. With your wife, I don't know her at all, but she is a beautiful, intelligent, smart black woman. Yes, she is.
He had to mute himself. He had to get that off real quick. That wasn't safe. That wasn't safe for the podcast.
That was on purpose.
That off real quick.
I took off.
I read his lips. I saw what he said.
I took off a bandage off a gaping wound.
Oh man,
DC for life.
Coach
Life.
Scott saying DC for life. Woo. Dang. Down consecutively. DC. That's what that is. Anyway, best of luck to y'all this year. Coach Turner. Coach Turner.
Right.
You got
So everybody, yeah. So folks like the Bengals, folks like Baltimore. I'm gonna go with the Bengals. Like I said, I just really I'm not too much sold all the way on Lamar Jackson, man. The motivation, like you said, after guys, man, get paid. I mean, you know, that right there can be enough to just, man, have them guys check out a little bit. But so I'm gonna go with Cincinnati to win the AFC North.
Oh, okay. I believe we had a comment. For life. All right. For L's, for losses. That's what that is. This comment right here. Do you really think that Coach Tomlin of the Pittsburgh Steelers is going to be out of the playoffs for 2 years in a row? The Ravens' run game is suspect, and OBJ is going to be on game management.
Can I answer the question?
Yeah.
Yes.
It's that simple.
Absolutely. Just one word answers. Indeed. Indubitably. Expeditiously.
I mean, I think Tomlin's a great coach, but you have to go back and really look at, like, the Steelers team has always been a talent. In his run, look at the talent that was on that Steelers team, and it's just not there. They have some good, prospect players, up and coming players, but they had talent in that Roethlisberger era, which is
extreme talent.
When Tomlin was,
And it's always been the black and blue division, man. You know, it's always going to be tough. Always going to be tough because those teams always had defenses that were really, like, not only just good but just tough. You know, you rolling in today's stadium. You get ready for a dog fight. So
you also got to look at out of those 4 teams. Every one of those teams, they run the football.
Yeah,
every single one of those teams run the football. But to piggyback on what you said,
you can't name it. You can't name a player right now on the Steelers team.
The Steelers' offensive line
Pickett
is
the quarterback.
Pickens. That is wide receiver. That's it. That's all.
You don't even know who he is.
Hold on, no, Kenny Pickett.
Kenny Pickett.
Kenny Pickett is the quarterback.
But Pickens, that's all.
That's all I had. Name one. Kenny Pickett. I got one because he popped up on Madden when I was playing. What he look like?
They have no
generic white boy.
Can't name a player on the Steelers team. I mean, we knew the Steelers. You can name
Najee Harris. Is he still there?
3-4 players on
running backs.
Yeah,
he's still there. Najee Harris. That's the one.
He didn't show up last year.
And Pickens.
You don't have no line.
What you expect him to do? It's like the Steven Jackson days here. He ain't had no line.
At least Steven Jackson did something.
He did something with nothing. That's why that brother was sore every game. Did you see his documentary? Every game after every game, acupuncture, sitting in the ice bath. That brother was beat up. He was the workhorse for that team.
Yeah.
All right, we're gonna shift over to the AFC East. We got a lot of teams in there. We got the Buffalo Bills trying to do something. We got the Miami Dolphins trying to avoid concussions.
Man, that's wrong, dog. Come on, man.
Am I lying?
Come on, man.
Am I lying?
Come on, dog.
In all honesty, Tua a bold one for sticking with that team after how they did him that season. You gonna put him back in the game after he was just on concussion protocol?
That's my squad right there.
Yeah.
You gonna let them do him like that?
I mean, I have no control over that.
It's like they should know better than that, man. And for him to stick with that team, I'm like,
I wouldn't have picked Tua as my quarterback.
Yeah.
Quarterback, I wanted him to play in L.A. Be a Charger.
Oh, you wanted Herbert?
Oh, Herbert, yeah.
Out of Oregon. Yeah, Oregon makes some good. Bo Nix going to the Dolphins. That's what we're going to do.
That's not going to happen either.
Bo Nix is great. They going to tank for Nix.
Really. Bo Nix ain't really that good.
See who's going to come out of there first?
Hold on, I ain't get the rest of the team.
Right.
We got the Patriots right here, the new home of Ezekiel Elliott. That was the craziest thing that came across my screen. But I wasn't surprised because they said it was a possibility. I just didn't want it to happen. And then, of course, we got the new look New York Jets. They just stocking up. They got Aaron Rodgers, Dalvin Cook. You got Sauce Gardner on the defensive side. You got what's his name? I want to say Garrett Wilson, the wide receiver.
Yeah, Garrett Wilson.
So yeah, they got a stacked team over there. I'm gonna go the other way around. You thought you was going first, didn't you? Coach Turner, who you got coming out the AFC East?
So the Jets got a new quarterback, right?
Yep.
Maybe. I think so.
I think so.
Okay. Yeah. So I'm gonna roll with the. Yeah, I'm gonna roll with the Jets on this one. Just out of I want to see. I want a comeback story that I want folks to be talking about all season. So I'm gonna go with the Jets.
Are you talking about the comeback story for Aaron Rodgers?
Oh, absolutely.
Okay, I'm gonna tell you how that's gonna go. He is going to come back to Green Bay when it's all said and done and retire a Packer. That's the comeback story for him. I don't care who you put. I don't care who you put in the Jets. It can't. Jets ain't getting it. I don't know what it is. It's just something about the Jets.
He ain't never going back.
Closest chance was Mark Sanchez that year.
He might come back if they put him in the Packers Hall of Fame. Might.
And you said Mark Sanchez.
Yeah, that was the last time Jets had a fighting chance. You remember that?
Yeah, that's true.
Did they have a chance with Brett Favre?
Huh?
I said, didn't Favre have a good chance with him, or that was after Favre was after Sanchez was after Favre?
That was after Favre. Favre was on the way out. He should have left. I don't know what it is with Green Bay quarterbacks in New Jersey.
Easy check.
Yeah. And the story is good too. Like if you win there, I think the story would be nice for them to win with the Jets. Like I said, just because of that market. So
yeah. I think it's I think this is probably one of the toughest divisions to play in. You couldn't have three teams in the playoffs in this division. I think Buffalo is really good. Miami is exciting. They got the speed. I think the front runners of this division. I think the Patriots are always going to be strong. As much as people hate the Patriots, they play football. They play defense.
Some people.
They're always going to be a tough out.
Some people too.
They're still going to be a player in the Jets. I'm as much as the hype is right now with the Jets. I think they have a great team. It's probably going to be the Jets come out of there. It's probably going to be the Jets, but I do like Miami. I do like Miami. Tyreek Hill, exciting football. If they can keep Tua healthy, if he's healthy last year, I think they push for that, for at least a tie in that division. But Miami, that dark horse. I like Miami.
Okay.
I think the Buffalo. I think they fall back actually.
Real quick, I want to address that comment that just popped up. I was not comparing Aaron Rodgers to Mark Sanchez. I was saying the last chance that the Jets had to get all the way to the Super Bowl was the AFC Championship with Mark Sanchez.
Back to back.
Back to back. That was the best chance they got. And both times,
fell short.
But fumbled the ball. That was infamous. It's like that's his legacy. That's his legacy as a Jet. Not taking them to back-to-back AFC championships. The butt fumble. Tragic.
Against the Patriots.
Yeah. Damn. Didn't they lose that year overall?
Yeah, they did.
I think that was another loss to the Giants, I want to say.
I don't know. I don't keep up with the Patriots like that, man. Don't ask me that.
All right. Is Craig still here?
Hurting his heart every time you mention Patriots. Hurting his heart is that.
Okay. Cool. We are experiencing technical issues with Brother Black. Hopefully he will be back shortly. Coach Betts, you gave yours, Miami as the dark horse. Okay. All right. I'm picking the Bills. I'm picking the Bills to make it to the playoffs and make it further than they did last year. Which is crazy because they went up there like, we're doing this for DeMar. And then they lost.
Yeah, they lost.
Like, damn. He in the stadium like, we're doing this for you, bro. And then it ends with Stephon Diggs staring death beams right into Josh Allen. So hopefully they were able to mend that chemistry over the course of the offseason. Yep. People don't want to talk about it, but it's going to live forever.
Yeah.
So, dog, who you got coming out of AFC East?
You know, it's funny. Coach Betts said there could be 3 teams coming out of the AFC East. He's actually foreshadowing my picks, but in this case, the team that I picked to win the East is the Jets. You have Aaron Rodgers. You know, no doubt about it. He's one of the greatest of all time, and a lot of people hadn't said this yet. The Jets defense was one of the best defenses in the entire league last year. They just didn't have their quarterback play. Now they do. And you have both the offensive rookie of the year and the defensive rookie of the year on the same team. And they're battling at practice, as you can see on
training camp.
The training camp show.
Hard
Knocks. So I picked the Jets in this one to take the AFCs.
Is Hard Knocks going to follow them the whole season this year?
No, it's just training camp.
Because I know, didn't they follow a whole season last year with the Colts? I want to say.
Yeah, no, it was the Cardinals.
With the Cardinals.
That was mid-season.
I don't know.
That was mid-season.
I don't know who watched.
Yeah, you see, I didn't watch it. I didn't even know what team.
It's the Cardinals, man. It's the football Cardinals. I ain't watch that.
It's the football. Ain't nobody watching that. We look as you saw in our opening. I'm still surprised how Kyler Murray got all this money.
What was there to watch? Anyway, I'm
DeAndre
Mario.
Hopkins, but now he's gone.
Mario, who do you pick in AFC?
I mean, I gotta go. I gotta stay in South Florida.
Okay.
My big thing is with Miami, we can score, but we can stop nobody. So to bring, if Jalen is healthy by week 1, Jalen Ramsey is healthy week 1, and we added Eli Apple, so you know you got another top-notch corner with another corner, pairing with Xavier Howard. So now we got 3 good corners, and you put Eli in at your nickel corner. So defensively, if we can stop people from scoring, I think we got a shot. And do I like the Jets? I really do. But you know, like Coach Betts was saying, I mean, you can get money. You go in New Jersey. You know, I mean, just looking at them on paper, they great. But you know, I don't know how they gonna do as far as conference play go. But you know, my dark horse, I still gonna look at Buffalo as the big dog in that division.
And the Jets got a tough start too. The start of the season is
it is rough.
It's rough.
It's gonna be a test.
It's rough. So I think Miami again jumps out to the lead, and I think they hold this year. And again, I don't know if the Jets had that Tampa Bay type, you know, when they got Tom Brady, and how they, everything just fit together. You know, this could be that. It really could be that. They got everything you need.
I mean,
defense is scary.
They do, and I think the difference between them two teams is going to be the fact that the Jets are a little bit younger. They're a little bit younger, and now they got a number 1 guy.
Yeah.
And Sauce pretty much is going to be Sauce.
Yeah.
So
he's different.
They're just going to have to see if they can just take it, put it all together.
Yeah.
Same way Tampa did it with Brady.
My apologies to the Jets. I've been calling them New Jersey Jets this whole time. It's New York. They just play in New Jersey, which don't make no sense to me. But then when you look at New York, where they gonna build the stadium?
It's a whole story behind that, them and the Giants. But that's another story for another day.
You know what? We just need to have a Sadal show where he just talk about the old school, old school, the good old days back when Joe Namath.
I'm a historian on football, man.
All right, brother Craig, welcome back.
Yes,
good to have you here. You can hear us. All right. Looking at your screen at the AFC East, who you got coming out of there between the Bills, Dolphins, Patriots, and Jets?
I'm going with the Bills coming out AFC East.
Okay.
And I think the Dolphins close behind them. It's going to be a fight between them and the Dolphins. I think Tua's going to have a little bounce back year health-wise. I think they're going to protect that dude. He's not going to get beat up as bad as he did last year. And he's going to expose a lot of people in that division. And I think this hype around the Jets and and Aaron Rodgers is going to be a bomb. I think they're going to not. They say they got all these pieces, got all this stuff. I think they're going to flop. I think they're going to be the worst team in that division. That's just my opinion.
Ooh.
That's just my opinion.
Damn. That's a hot take.
Fish.
That's a hot take.
Damn.
Mm.
In a division with a fish, he said the Jets gonna be flopping. That's crazy.
We'll see. We'll see in December.
It's crazy.
We'll see in December.
It's crazy. We had this whole conversation, and we ain't mentioned Bill Belichick and the Patriots because, again, like you said, I think Bill Belichick is still one of the best coaches in the NFL, man.
Yeah. You know what? I agree. He's one of the best cheaters in the NFL. He is a master cheater, and he knows how to make this team win by cheating. Yes, I agree with you.
The cheatery is amazing.
Yes.
That's a dog. All right. We're gonna shift on down to the AFC South.
We skip the division.
We can't. I mean, now hold on. I ain't gonna let you dub Anthony Richardson like that. All right. Sadal already wrote the man off before the season started.
Who, Anthony Richardson?
Yes, Anthony Richardson.
I didn't say nothing about him.
No, when we were talking the draft, you were like, I don't see the hype around this guy because that's the guy from Florida, right?
Yeah, he's got like a training camp height. You know, the scouting combine height.
I don't know, man. Some of the things I saw posted on Instagram, you know, of course they post the great, they don't post incompletions and stuff. But from the greatness I saw, it looked pretty good.
It's
that jump and throw I ain't never seen that before.
It's up for debate right now.
Oh man.
We'll get into it.
We got a lot of young quarterbacks in this division. You got the AFC South, Houston Texans, who just named CJ Stroud the starter for the season. You've got the Colts, who drafted Anthony Richardson. You have the Tennessee Titans. They drafted Malik Willis, I want to say either 1 or 2 years ago.
Last year.
That was last year?
Okay.
Damn, that was long. Last year? All right, and then you got Sunshine, Trevor Lawrence out there in Duval with the Jacksonville Jaguars. Jacksonville Jaguars. I was saying Phil Jackson's name.
Duval.
You know, Jackson, Phil. That's what I was saying. But I'm in Jacksonville.
Yeah.
Sadal, who you got coming out the AFC South?
Duval. Man.
Really?
Jaguars, yeah.
Okay.
Man.
You got them going farther than
I like them,
did.
man. They showed some heart last year,
They
man.
did.
They really do. And this division is weak, man. Let's just face it, man. I think I see him. I just see him taking it. Just seeing him taking it. Somebody said by a couple of games, you know, for a team. I see them winning by a couple of games.
All right. Coach Betts, who you got coming out the South of the AFC?
This is a 500 division. Every team.
Damn.
Watch it. I mean, it's gonna be.
How they gonna be a 500 division with 17 games?
Everybody. I don't want to watch none of
He
these
said they're
teams.
gonna be 8-8.
But you gotta go with the Jaguars. They show some heart. They're gonna give you a tough game, but nobody wants to watch them, man. Turn it off,
man.
Because
they suck.
Bad football,
man. Mario, who you got coming out the AFC South? Saxonville. Lord Jesus.
CJ Stroud gonna struggle.
Okay.
Till they put the pieces around him.
Yeah.
Anthony Richardson gonna struggle till they put the pieces around him.
Yeah.
Yes, Malik Willis is in Tennessee, but they did draft a kid from Kentucky. So.
Oh yeah, they did. Sure did.
And actually,
not old boy.
Yes, they did.
Levis. Yeah.
They drafted Will Levis, and they said Will Levis has performed better than Malik has in camp.
Interesting.
But if I had to pick, I'm gonna take Jacksonville for the simple fact of what they did last year. They got a chip on their shoulder. And if you look at it, their defense is probably the best defense that's in the AFC South. They got the best quarterback in the division right now. So with the addition of Calvin Ridley, who's probably another one of the guys, I say probably one of the that runs one of the best routes in the league.
Mm-hmm.
You know, he didn't play none last year. He healthy. He got another weapon. So let's just see if the team can capitalize on what they got a taste of last year, because they was like that close.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
So I pick I had to pick, it'd be Jacksonville.
Okay. Coach Turner, who you got coming out the AFC South, man?
Man, I don't have a clue of what's going on in this division. So if everybody picking Jacksonville, then I'm gonna roll with Jacksonville because I don't know what's going on with this division.
Nothing, Coach. You find nothing. You ain't missing nothing. You
ain't missing nothing. All right, Craig, who you got?
Well, I just like to be different. So, but you got to go with Jacksonville because of the quarterback, Trevor Lawrence. But, the Tennessee Titans, you can't never put nothing past Derrick Henry. He can carry the team on his back like he's done the last, 5-6 years. So, yes, Jacksonville, Trevor Lawrence. They also got a big producer on fantasy football because I was the championship of my league last year. I don't know if I told you that already. They also have Maurice mentioned Calvin Ridley, but they also got Christian Kirk. They got Travis Etienne. He's a monster, and that dude Zay Jones is a sleeper too. So
Zay Jones, yes,
yeah, they got a good offense. So I guess you got to go with them. But damn, that division is terrible right now. That's not good. But watch we saying all this, but watch them Colts and that dude Richardson make the Colts do a little something this year.
It's funny you say that, Craig. My pick for the AFC South is indeed the Indianapolis Colts, followed by the Jaguars of Jacksonville.
For what?
For what? Because I dare to be different, and damn it, this year, 5 years later, my hot take is gonna stick.
Yeah, they don't even have a running back right now. The running back they got, they don't even want. And
I wouldn't say it's not a don't want thing. It's the money. Running backs are feeling undervalued, and seeing as he does pull a lot of the weight for that team, it's like he wants his work.
And he's going to be out, and that same running back is going to be out for the first 4 games on the pup list.
He can have a hangnail, and I need to be on the pup list. I'm not playing for them.
Yep, that's where he's at right now.
Not going to play for them, so I don't see any. I mean, you got a rookie quarterback, no run game, no weapons. How are they going? You might as well put St. Mary's. St. Mary's can win. I would be too. BT, call Coach. They'll put St. Mary's in the hat for AFC South.
Only way they'll do something if that dude Richardson catches fire and just balls out. That's the only way they're gonna do something.
Who he throwing to? He got to throw to somebody.
Well, he throw the ball.
Somebody gonna catch it.
He can underneath it and catch it if he throw it high enough.
Somebody gonna catch it. He might catch it himself. Just got it. Sometimes your best choice is yourself, and that's what we gonna see. All right, AFC West, and then we're gonna rapid fire through this NFC over here.
Okay, on the count of 3 here, who do you all pick? 1, 2, 3. The Chiefs.
Yeah, KC.
Yeah, me and Mario quiet for a reason. Who your dark horse?
Chargers.
See,
Chargers.
I was there. You got to think. They got the quarterback, they got the running back, they got the wide receiver.
They're gonna overtake the best player in the league.
Anything can happen. Mahomes. Even Tom Brady lost.
I love Pat Mahomes.
Y'all doing Hail Mary.
Yeah.
I just want to see, can he do what he's doing without Eric Bieniemy? To see whether it was Eric Bieniemy and Pat Mahomes, Pat Mahomes and Eric Bieniemy. You follow what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Follow what I'm saying? You know
okay.
What I'm saying? Because sometimes it's the OC not getting enough credit. They're giving all the credit to the player.
Good point.
You know what I'm saying?
But I still wouldn't bet on Patrick. I'm against Patrick Mahomes.
I'm not gonna bet against him. No, I'm not gonna do that.
Never bet against the black man.
You know, like Craig did with Earl Spence and lost that money like that. I'm not gonna do that. I'm not gonna do that.
So you calling the KC Chiefs the Errol Spence of football?
No.
Damn.
They bud. I'm not gonna.
Okay.
Can't go against them.
So, if I had to pick, it'd be the Chargers.
They out there running the annexation of Puerto Rico on teams. They running in circles. You
right.
can't beat the Chiefs right now, man.
I'm picking the Chargers too. Yep. I feel like this is going to be a year. Justin Herbert specifically, wants to duck.
Overrated.
Would he be saying that if Herbert was a Commander? Would he? No. You'd be grateful. Y'all would have a winning record. Look, if they would have went with Herbert and not even tried to pursue Carson Wentz, y'all probably would have went to the playoffs last year. But
overrated.
Oh Lord,
I do like Herbert, man. I just don't believe in the rest of the team.
You got to pray for some of these Commander fans. They're a little touched. Pray for
him. A-Bear, what is it? I mean, he's overrated. I don't care what you say, man. He's getting more money. Once again, the money out his pocket he gets more money than Lamar Jackson. Come on now, why? What has Herbert done? What has he done?
Man,
Nothing.
You got a good point.
What has he done? Nothing.
I mean, he's done, okay. If we want to be honest, he's done the same amount that Lamar Jackson has done.
Does he have the MVP trophy, sir?
No.
That's okay.
All right. Okay. That's all.
Okay. What does he have to show for it? We love throwing these regular season trophies. Yes, he won MVP. Yes, he got eliminated right after. Right? Yeah. Wasn't he gone? Wasn't he sitting at home, fresh from missing a couple weeks of playing because he got eliminated from the playoffs?
He got that bag.
Herbert. They can get the bag. They can get the regular season awards. At the end of the day, they want the Vince Lombardi trophy. We're not touched. We're passionate. Okay, touched. Not all of y'all. I said some. I didn't even throw you in there, Mrs. Whitaker. I didn't throw her in there. I just said some. I was talking about Craig.
Oh,
she said, we not touched. We passionate. I was like, I wasn't talking about you, Mrs. Whitaker. You a lovely lady. Lovely. But yeah, Craig, nah. I mean, I wish the best for Lamar. He does have those pieces, but at the end of the day, what he's shown in the past, it's like, yeah, he will perform during the regular season. But these last, 2 or 3, it's always been an injury. Always. I can't count on a healthy season from Lamar Jackson. I can't do that. I won't bet my money on the full 17 games from Lamar. Not right now. Me personally, I just can't do that.
I'm just saying.
Can anyone want to place their money?
I mean, you have a point, but I think again with the new offensive coordinator, I think they kind of put Lamar in a box, and so now that he is more in control of how he wants to run the offense. I think that's going to change and going to help his longevity as far as how he plays a game. He's still going to be spectacular. He's still going to get those great runs, but I also think that's going to open up the playbook a little bit more for him to do some different things that will allow him to be healthier. And that's just my take on it.
Okay. I think that was kind of the reason what you're saying. Yeah. That's kind of like why he held out a little bit.
But as far as everyone else for the AFC West, y'all was all saying the Chiefs, right?
Yeah, Chiefs got
remember that. Man. Everybody else said the Chiefs.
I like the Raiders though. Raiders okay.
Jimmy G with the strippers at his beck and call. Yeah. With the strippers at his beck and call. He the man down there in Vegas.
You still got one of the best rushers in the league, Josh Jacobs. You still got
and he just got paid.
And he
Vontae Adams.
You got Vontae Adams over there. So again, they weren't a bad team. I think they were put together pretty well.
They're not a bad team, but they just couldn't quite. They just.
I mean, if you're a car fan,
I'm about to say we gonna see how it goes without Derek Carr. That might have been the issue.
Maybe
we'll see. Because if they get the winning and they go somewhere, we're gonna have to pray for the Saints.
Jets, you know what I'm saying?
Still got Josh McDaniels at the helm of that team. And
this man hates everything associated with
anything with the Patriots, man.
Damn,
ain't got no love.
You got Josh McDaniels who was under Bill Belichick for the Patriots. I hate him.
Let's moving on.
Moving on, we're gonna rapid fire through this NFC Northeast, South, and West.
All right.
Coach Betts, give your pick from each one, if you please.
I really like Detroit to win this, but I'm not sleeping on Chicago. I like the offensive pieces that they brought in. Chicago may sneak some. Justin Fields is a monster.
Mm-hmm.
I like to see him. He got some weapons now on the outside line to throw the ball. I'm not sleeping on Chicago, but Detroit is probably the better team right now.
I may be a little drowsy.
What? I'm not sleeping. I might be a little drowsy. Yeah. All right, who you got coming out the East? I'm just gonna go through all.
East. Philadelphia Eagles, man. They some monsters. They get even better on the defensive end. Man, I don't even know why the Commanders is up there.
I don't even know what kind of logo that is. Like, is that the new logo? What is that?
Why is it so big? I just don't even know why.
Large for no reason.
You really shrink.
Looks like some overcompensating over there.
The Eagles, I mean, that's a Eagles, man. Ain't much else to say about that.
And then the South and the West.
South and the West. Again, just like the AFC South, you could throw the NFC South away.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
If St. Mary's is gonna win the AFC South, I'm gonna go with Cardinal Ritter, NFC South, and put them in there as those champs. So we're gonna skip that division totally. NFC West, I'm a San Francisco guy. Man, San Francisco championship. Book it.
Book it. Oh, you think they got a pretty nice chance?
And they got a pretty terrible chance.
Christian McCaffrey with a full season. Debo, Ayuk is finna breakout receiver. He may be that guy. Kittles, everybody coming back. Defense is spectacular. San Francisco, Philadelphia.
So Brock Purdy is the real deal.
Brock Purdy is just enough.
Brock Purdy getting ready to be exposed
again. Last year,
Aaron Donald finna light that boy up.
He got hurt at the last. He got hurt. He got hurt in the playoffs.
I don't think so.
His statement to my statement. I stand down on my statement. Aaron Donald gonna light his ass up.
He's just enough.
I don't think he's gonna get exposed.
You don't think so? You think the other teams in the league doesn't have 7 games to check him out, to figure him out?
And who is the head coach?
Yeah, who is the head coach?
Dang,
who is the head coach? So it don't matter who the head coach
What's
is.
the name? He a young
because
guy.
the head coach is only going to put quarterback in a great position, right? Playing to his strengths. The other coach is going to see his strengths and weaknesses and attack his weaknesses. So it don't matter who the coach is.
That's true. Football is a game of adjustment.
Light that boy up. Man. That first meeting against the Rams, ooh-wee.
Huh?
That first meeting against the Rams for Brock Purdy and them?
30 ball.
Nah.
30 ball.
Nah.
He ain't got to throw the ball, man. Christian McCaffrey, Wilson.
I mean,
man,
that division will be between them and Seattle anyway. So it's just between them two.
Lord.
So we riding with the backup quarterbacks? The faith in Geno? In Geno.
Had a year last year.
He did, but that was last year.
Had a year last year.
Well, I'll get to my picks later.
All right. No, we gonna get to him right now.
Right.
Hold on. Did you give your pick for the West?
Yeah, we are.
Oh yeah, he said 49ers. Yeah. Anyway, so your pick for the NFC by each division.
NFC North, I got the Lions, man. They a hungry young team. Vikings is too finicky, and I can't trust in Green Bay and Chicago. No.
Damn.
NFC East, I got the Eagles, of course. I mean, they're a powerhouse, man. Jalen Hurts is that guy. Cowboys always choke. I mean, you can't trust them. I mean, no matter how good they are, they just choke. And Commanders, I mean, just give them time. Giants, I don't even know how they even are in the conversation. They are whack. I'm sorry. And speaking of whack, this whole division is whack here, the NFC South. But I'm going to pick the Panthers just because I do like their young rookie. He does, yeah. And they did good down the stretch for what it's worth. They gave the Buccaneers a run for their money. I think getting the young quarterback there from Alabama. I can't. His name is
Bryce Young.
Bryce Young. Yeah, it puts him over their edge barely. They're a 500. They're a 500 division. And yeah, you know, whatever, 49ers, whatever.
Yeah.
But
Yeah,
whatever.
Anybody with a team with
I predict.
on the team,
I predict.
you gotta go with Debo.
But you know what?
Debo gets too emotional when Debo
But here,
don't Debo like
I'm gonna
he
drop.
posted.
I'm gonna drop a bomb here. I think the Rams are gonna be in last place.
What?
Yeah,
Oh, that's easy.
they're gonna be in last place. Yeah, and you know why I pick LA to be in last place, because I'm always wrong. Always wrong. Last year I picked LA to be first and go back to the Super Bowl.
We all did.
And I also picked in baseball. I also picked the Cardinals to be first and go to the World Series. And you see what happened there, right? So I picked LA. I picked LA to go last.
Yeah,
They're gonna be
that's what's happening.
LA is gonna be the worst team in the league.
I don't know what to say, because if I say it, it might come true.
It's gonna be in the worst. They're gonna be the worst team in the league.
Your
Yeah.
wish is granted.
I call myself the Cardinal Oracle.
And before we start booking plane tickets to the Super Bowl for the 49ers, you just check what happened last year.
Our quarterback got hurt.
What that mean?
He had a rough
What that mean?
quarterback year.
What that
What that mean?
Two starting quarterback.
And you
What that
banking on the brother that stepped in.
Right, and he did a great job. All he got to do is start the
He
ship.
did a great job in a short amount of time.
All he got to do is start the ship. With all the weapons they got, all he got to do is start the ship.
They choked the last two
got
NFC
hurt.
Championship games.
He got hurt.
They got choked.
He got hurt, and they still gave the Eagles a game.
Did they?
Yeah.
Did they? You want to run that score back?
Come on.
Hold on, brother.
First of all, you talking about the Eagles, the league leading Eagles, the powerhouse Eagles.
Yes.
And
They were a play away
49ers
from being
The
champions.
49ers gave them a game with a third string quarterback. They only ran 2 plays the second half of the game.
Yeah,
2 plays.
that's true.
Thank you. I mean, I ain't no expert and all, but I do know a little bit about football.
Yeah,
to say.
Come back here,
Choke.
which I'm pretty sure
That final score on January 29th, 2023 was
Last two
Eagles
Super Bowl
31,
appearances.
49ers 7.
What was the score at halftime?
Something to
In
7.
the first quarter.
See,
First 2 minutes of the game. What was the score?
7-0 was the first quarter.
He was
Choke.
doing good until he got hurt, man.
How? They only scored in the second quarter.
That's all I'm saying, man. He got hurt.
First quarter was 7-0.
I don't care how good the
Second quarter,
49ers are.
14-7.
They show when it matters. Ask the Ravens, ask the Chiefs, ask the Rams, ask the Eagles. They choke when it matters.
Man,
You always wrong. You said that, didn't you?
Yeah.
LA Ram. Okay.
Yeah.
We're gonna go with that.
Rams last place, man. Rams last place.
brother Craig.
Okay,
got in the
NFC North. I'm gonna roll with Chicago. I believe Fields is gonna have a breakout season. Even though I love those Detroit Lions, I think they're gonna do their thing. But I think Fields and Chicago are gonna step up this year and do something. NFC North. NFC South. Trash. Just throw it away. Might as well let's just flip a coin. How about this? Mouse landed on Tampa Bay. Tampa Bay is going to win the division.
Was Baker Mayfield? Damn.
NFC West. You got to go with San Fran. You cannot not go with San Fran here. Why not? I mean, Purdy. You everything Coach said about Purdy is right. All he got to do is just steer the ship. I mean, they got everything else. They got defense. They got weapons. I mean, it's really on Purdy for them to win the division or not. So
Who the backup quarterback when Purdy get hurt in week 3? Who the back? Sam
Sam
Darnold.
Darnold. Ooh.
Damn.
Oh, I'm scared.
That boy got a chip on his.
Woo.
What's his third team at this point? Second. No, that's the third because he was up there.
I do agree with Sadal. The LA Rams will be the trash. They will be the bottom of that division. I do agree with Sadal there. That's very true.
But he's saving trash for last. You see him?
Yeah, I know.
You see, he ain't mentioned East yet.
I know.
So go on, save that trash for last, brother. Come on.
And the best division in football, NFC East, right here. I'm gonna go ahead and shock the world and go ahead and give them Eagles the nod to win a division. talking serious right here. So but you know what? That so dog, you down those Giants. I think those Giants are not going to be as bad as you really.
I don't know why the Giants are even in this discussion.
They got a good quarterback. Jones is not a bum, and they got Barkley, and their defense is not shabby. But this whole division
is not.
Barkley and who?
This may be. This may be
Yeah,
the best
and don't
division
sleep
in
on that
football
defense.
this year.
Thibodeau, that's a baller right there.
Barkley and who?
What is his name?
Barkley and
Daniel,
what's his name?
Daniel,
Some or other?
Dan the Man Jones.
Dan Jones.
I'm just saying the NFC East is the best division in football, so anything can happen. I hate them Eagle fans. Same for them Dallas Cowboys. They right on the same line as some of them LA Rams fans. But nevertheless, my
we got something.
Still surprised.
Yeah, we had a ring in the last
this year because of one Sam Howell. You cannot. It's going to happen this year, and our defense is going to be like that. We got some weapons. It's going to be a good year this year. It's going to be a bounce back year for the Commanders. So, but the Eagles will walk.
I'll give you this, Craig. They will be better than the Giants.
Okay.
They'll be better than the Giants.
Even Craig was like, maybe.
Damn. You got no faith.
Craig
We'll be in the hunt for the playoffs. I'll tell you that much. It's going to come down. For our division, it's going to come down to the last 5 games. We're going to be scrambling like last year about the playoff run. It's going to be a tight run for all teams in our division. We're going to have – it's going to be, like I said, NFC East is going to be one of the best, if not the best division in football. So
this division,
that's my prediction.
Yeah. Y'all just be saying anything in these comment sections. Best division in football.
Yeah, we forgot about the AFC East, but okay.
Huh?
AFC East. Our AFC East is the best division in football.
Huh?
No.
AFC East.
I don't know.
Patriots.
AFC East.
Nah.
I take any of those teams against any of the other teams, except for the Patriots. I don't
know. I like the AFC North. That's some talent right there. They got 2 teams off bat.
2, only 2. I can't vouch for the Browns or the Steelers right now.
Mr. Massage Man. Yeah, you finna vouch for him?
They haven't yet. No, I said they got 2 teams. I said 2. It's the first 2. I said the Ravens and the Bengals. I ain't mentioned nobody else.
You can't exclude them.
Yes, you can.
Man, put them down there with the Houston Texans, man.
Yeah. So we finna have realignments in the NFL too.
Man, realign all that.
Tragic. Realign them like some tires. All right, Coach Turner.
Man, a lot of these. Let me say, I'm just gonna flip a coin on NFC North. Let's go Detroit. NFC East. I'm gonna go with Philadelphia Eagles. NFC South. Let's go to Falcons. And NFC West. I'm gonna pick the 49ers.
What man?
All right, let's run through this NFC. Coming out the North, I got the Lions. Coming out of the East, we got the Eagles. That's for me. Coming out the South, I don't know, man. I feel like some good Creole food gonna get Derek Carr together. I don't know what it is. It's something about black cooking. It'll get you right. So I'm picking the Saints. He gonna have a bowl of gumbo a game. And he's going to play the best because he's going to have to run off that field fast. You know, he's not used to these herbs and spices. And then coming out the West,
don't say it. Don't say it.
Coming out the West is going to be a team. It's going to be a team with a primary
the other
color
team in California.
It's going to be a team with at least one primary color.
Primary color.
All of them got one. So one team with a primary color is coming out the NFC West. Right. I just don't know which one right now. Mario, what you got for the NFC?
All right, I'll make mine quick. I'll stay Detroit. East. I might go against the grain and take the Cowboys.
Oh, damn. Brother, I was finna say happy wife, happy life after he picked what I thought he was.
Oh, I ain't worried.
It's gonna be
I ain't worried
hell to pay in that
I-
household.
He gonna,
I just-
he gonna get home.
Cowboys.
He gonna get home. The bedroom door gonna be locked.
I just support them on Sundays. That's it. I just support the Commanders on Sundays, and I support them when they play the Cowboys.
Let's go team.
Yeah. NFC South, I'm gonna agree with you, Stan. I think David Carr is re-energized. He gets the chance to reinvent himself. And of course, yes, in the West, I gotta go with San Francisco. After what happened to them in the playoffs, because actually they were Super Bowl bound for real. Indeed. And I wanted to see that against Kansas City. That's what I wanted to see.
All right. So Mario, I'm gonna stick with you right there. If you had to pick the Super Bowl contenders and champions, who you picking?
No, on the spot right now.
On the spot right now.
Well, let me say that. Yeah, no, I'm gonna go 49ers. Changing the locks right now. Okay.
I was so like he gonna say the right
man, this is turned into the Real Housewives
Without that roller bed, my friend.
of the man cave.
Coming out the AFC. Oh, I'm gonna say this Joe Burrow year.
Okay.
To go to the Super Bowl.
Despite the non-contact injury. And you got Burrow and the Bengals winning the whole thing.
Burrow, Mahomes, AFC Championship game in Arrowhead. He goes in the Arrowhead. He wins.
Joe Ice. Okay.
That's my prediction right there.
And then you got the Bengals winning the whole thing.
No.
So you got the 49ers coming out on top.
Yes.
Okay. Cool.
Yeah.
Smooth. 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 Tell me who you got going to the just playing. So
yes.
Tell me who you got going to the Super Bowl from both sides and who's lifting the Lombardi Trophy.
AFC Championship game, man. We have the Jets and the Chiefs. The Jets are going to go all the way to the AFC Championship game and lose.
I know
the Chiefs. And then in the AFC, the NFC, man, the 49ers are going to get into the playoffs and they are going to choke in the first game. And then,
not the first game.
The first game. They're going to first game out. Purdy is going to be out there and he's going to do something. Something's going to happen.
Oh, you nice.
To the 49ers and they'll choke. And so in the AFC Championship game, I actually have the Cowboys and the Eagles. Cowboys and the Eagles. And the Cowboys choke. So we'll have a rematch of the Super Bowl next year. Chiefs, Eagles, and the Eagles win this year. They get their revenge. All the Chiefs.
All right. Coach Betts, who you got?
AFC Championship, I got Baltimore and the Chiefs, with Baltimore surprising the Chiefs.
Baltimore.
NFC, I'm going with San Francisco, of course. And I do think, even though Eagle is the beast, I do think the Cowboys may sneak them. But then they're going to get ran through by San Francisco. And so you're going to have a Baltimore-San Francisco Super Bowl with San Francisco winning the championship.
The redemption rematch.
Yeah, I think that's
okay. Coach Turner, who you got from both sides? Who's the Super Bowl champ?
AFC championship. Let's go. We're gonna go to Jets, and we're gonna go Kansas City with the Jets coming out with a storybook win to go to the Super Bowl. And then on the other side, I want to see the rematch. We got Philly and San Francisco, with San Francisco coming out on top. And then we're gonna have the Jets and San Francisco in the Super Bowl, and then we're gonna have Aaron Rodgers, man, going off in the sunset, man, with a Super Bowl championship, and gonna retire after that. So I'm gonna pick the Jets all the way.
Okay.
That's probably gonna be the most watched, highest watched.
Yeah,
I'm trying to tell you, man.
It would.
That's
man.
tough matchup right there.
Real quick, I'm gonna get mine and I'm gonna come back to Craig. On the AFC, I got the Bills. I got the Bills finally making it all the way to the Super Bowl for the first time in such a long time. And then I got the Eagles coming out the NFC. And the Eagles will redeem themselves and become Super Bowl champions. Brother Craig.
I'm laughing at Miss Williams' comment.
If you want to make God laugh, tell him your preseason picks, man. That is true. That is very true. Craig, who you got coming out the AFC and the NFC, and then who you got winning the whole thing?
Championship game. I have the Bengals and KC. NFC Championship game. I don't want to say this, but we're gonna do a rematch of last year. We're gonna have the Eagles in San Fran. In the shocker, I believe the Bengals are going to upset KC this year and go to the Super Bowl. And I believe that the Eagles are going to repeat. They're going to make it back to the Super Bowl. But once again, they're going to choke. They're going to lose. I'm giving the Bengals the Super Bowl win this year.
He couldn't pick. He couldn't pick the Eagles. He couldn't pick.
I could. I won't. I won't.
Man,
even though I'm a big Jalen Hurts fan, but the Eagles fans are just they're terrible. They're terrible. So
I'm a Jalen Hurts fan, man. He's that dude.
Yeah. And when he secured that bag, I was like, "Yep,
yeah,
money."
He's really
he said he won't pick the Eagles, but what Craig will do is he's gonna take it black. Yes.
Take it black. Okay. I'm taking it black. Where am I going with the blackness? Where am I going with the black? Oh, Craig. Okay. All right. Thanks.
Yeah.
All right. Thanks, Smooth. I appreciate that. Okay. All right. So we talk a lot about it all the time. It's a lot of laughing, a lot of hatred about my squad. So let's just talk about them real quick. Let's talk a little bit about the details about these Washington Commanders. We just came off the football topic, but my squad is in a brand new place. We got rid of an owner that was terrible. He was a cancer. He was just the epitome of everything that's just terrible about sports, a la Jerry Jones. But nevertheless, what's happening in Washington, D.C. right now on the football side of things, y'all got to understand it's a rejuvenation. It's like a new breath of fresh air. People are talking about trying to get this stadium back down where RFK is. They tore down RFK. They want to move the Washington Commanders back into the city, back into Washington, D.C. The whole vibe of this city, D.C., Maryland, Virginia, around our football team has just uplifted our whole community. Y'all need to understand that we're thinking about the old days of RFK, our winning tradition back in the 80s. We're thinking about going back to that. Just the good feeling, the good vibe that comes out of our team right now, our organization right now is amazing. And we all know preseason doesn't count. It's a joke. But them just winning, just to win some games and to have some fans come back to RFK, having fans go to practice, go to training camp, and show up, more than 10,000 fans show up at training camp. It's just something that's been unheard of over the last 20 years dealing with our organization. And it's like, it is the pulse of our city. Some of our, y'all joke about it all the time. My sports teams in Washington, D.C. and the DMV have been terrible. Let's call it what it is. But, we have got a couple of championships. The Mixed Six won the WNBA championship. And not too many years ago, our Nationals actually won the World Series and our Capitals, not less than 10 years ago. But the overall image of our city is wrapped around the football team. So that's why everything looks so negative. But right now, we're back on top. It's just a good vibe, a good feeling about our Commanders. Let the haters hate. Let you say what you want to say about us. It's all good. You can't stop this. What's about to happen over the next 5 years. And I predicted this when it first happened. And I'm still saying within 5 years, my Commanders will bring a Super Bowl back to Washington, D.C. All right?
Thank you. He got a member of his congregation.
Now, Craig.
And now let the haters hold up. Now let the haters hate. Go right ahead, gentlemen.
Craig,
I got
Craig.
Yeah.
Craig. No, I got you.
Hey, coaches and Maurice, Listen to the hate. Y'all listen. Y'all get a whole earful of this hate. Go right ahead.
Who?
Yes,
Hey,
just
hold
put
on. Wait. Who is Maurice?
I said his name wrong. I'm sorry. Damn, my bad. I messed up his name the first day. Well, we're on the Platinum Sports Talk Network, and so what does it matter? We'll go ahead. I'm known for messing up names, so it's all good.
It's okay.
Look, it's Maurice. You just named somebody uncle.
Great.
Maurice right now, done working on alternators and carburetors, looking like me. I'm on the show.
Greg, you may be waiting for the hate, and you know, and you would be wrong, sir. I actually am rooting for the Washington football team. I am. I am with you. I know full well about terrible owners that we hate. It would have been a dream for me to get rid of a certain owner of NFL franchise, but it didn't happen for us. So for you all, I'm happy.
You know a lot of stuff.
I am happy for you. So I actually am, and really to a certain extent been rooting for the Washington football team for years. You know, especially from the Doug Williams days, and you know in the teens of the '90s. You know, they went back. You know, Mark Rippon winning the Super Bowl. So I've always been a fan of that team. You know, just when they play my team, then I'm not. But I actually am rooting for that franchise to come back and bounce back because they've always been a pillar of excellence in the National Football League. They have. And I it'd be good for the league for them to come back to prominence, and it'd be good for the NFL. So, and they got a brother actually owning an NFL team. So,
And then,
can't root against that.
real quick, Craig, just a word to the wise. Here on the Platform Sports Talk Show,
We platinum, baby.
network, we 5-year takes around previously trashed NFL teams don't bode well around here. I'm speaking from experience.
Yeah.
For it was 5 years ago, actually,
Yes, it was 5 years ago.
that I sat at the former home of the Platform Sports Talk Show. Shout out to the Getaway. Great times over there. And I called that the Cleveland Browns within 5 years would be Super Bowl champions. And this was when they drafted Baker Mayfield. And he wasn't even the reason why I said it. And then, as you can see, 5 years later, yeah, that didn't happen.
Yeah.
So, 5-year takes are a little risky around here. So pray very, very hard over this take, for you will need all of the help from deities that you can receive. You know what? We're going to document this show on August 30th. Every last Wednesday of August, we're going to do a year check-in.
Yeah, we're gonna be a 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1.
Countdown like Rhythm Nation around here. All right.
Next year, I want you to put up the 4. All right.
Then the 3.
And then the 3. You know.
Then
and
the
so
2.
on.
Then the 1. And then I'm sick of these commanders, whatever the hell their name is. It's all right. We appreciate your optimism now. Speaking of the Commanders, but not related to football, I don't know if you guys have been paying attention to some of these sports podcasts that have been going around. A lot of former athletes and current athletes have one. Gilbert Arenas has his podcast. Let's see. Matt Barnes and Steven Jackson have their podcast. Paul George has his podcast. Pat McAfee has his podcast. There's a lot of podcasts out here. On one specific podcast, they had a guest by the name of Steph Curry. You all are familiar with Steph Curry.
Steph Curry, yeah.
Right? The all-time leading 3-point shooter right now, probably for the foreseeable future. He had some interesting comments about the ranking of the top point guards in NBA history. Not to be selfish or boast himself or toot his own horn, he named himself number one.
Mm.
Which, anyone would do that. They would bet on themselves.
Yeah.
But, when you say something so brash, you catch the eye of a lot of people. And a lot of people were thinking of someone else. Now, there were people on Steph's side, respectfully, but there were certain people, one guy by the name of Michael Jordan. You guys might know who that is.
You may have heard of him.
Some profess him to be the greatest of all time.
Some people have never seen him play. And
some people have never seen him play.
May not say he's the greatest.
I could explain it as best as I can, but thankfully we have great producers who give us great content. If we could read
you a text that I received this morning at 5:54 a.m. Good morning, sir. Although greatest of anything is always a debate, I beg to differ on greatest point guard of all time with what you said. Magic Johnson is easily the best point guard of all time. Steph Curry is very close, but not in front of Magic. You must define point guard to really have a serious debate. Steph Curry is by far the best shooter of all time. Yes, his movement has created many shots for his teammates. He's a career 43% three-point shooter. But Magic Johnson invented the triple-double. Not true invented, but makes it more noticeable in terms of the impact on the game. It's a point guard stat, to be honest. Magic was the best. We can go on, but I don't want to take up too much of your time. I know you get the point. By the way, Magic has 5 NBA championships. Wow.
That quote this morning at 5:45 was from Mr. Michael Jeffrey Jordan.
Wow, how about that?
And he asked me,
Wow.
He asked me to read it on the air. He said, I'm not backing up for it. He said, I'm tired of this argument about Magic Johnson not being the best point guard in the history of the game. He is the best point guard in the history of basketball. That is from Michael Jordan. Who's really going to argue against the GOAT in all fairness? Anybody?
I ain't mad.
I'm gonna go there.
We'll go right ahead.
No. I'm gonna go there because I think. I grew up on 80s basketball, 90s basketball. Like right off the top, I'm gonna say Magic is one of my favorite players of all time. But at the same time, the game evolves, and as the game evolves, we're starting to see things right now that, you really can't put a metrics on as far as how Steph Curry has influenced this era of basketball. And I know they throw titles out there as far as point guard, shooting guard, and this and that and the third. But I do think that we're seeing a savant in right now as we're watching Steph Curry play. That I'm easily say that he's the best point guard of all time. Now, when you think of Magic, like Magic has to have his own category because at the end of the day, he saved the game of basketball. As far as with him and Larry Bird, but I put Magic over in a whole nother category, and I just don't define him as a point guard, even for the fact of even this argument. Because like I said, at the end of the day, man, the point guard is the guy that's 6'1", 6'2", handling the ball, doing all the things that you see guys doing. Magic is in a whole nother category that I'm not going to even, argue that. But I do think that Curry is probably the best point guard of all time.
All right.
Yeah, I jump into that. Like you, Coach. We grew up around the same basketball. We watched the same basketball, but I tend to go towards the definition, the general definition of point guard, that the player that orchestrates, the player that gets other people involved, person that runs the team, the coach on the floor. In Curry's, the way Curry plays the game of basketball, yes, he's not that person. That ball touches everybody's hand. Draymond Green runs the offense sometimes. And so if you take the definition of point guard, I think I tend more towards Magic. And again, that's not taking anything away from Steph Curry. Can Steph Curry do those things? I think he probably can, but then I think that also takes away from his ability to shoot the ball. And so again, it's one of those arguments you kind of just like you make arguments for either one. It's all preference. Both great players, great Hall of Famers in their own right. But I just don't see him. He's not in that role in Golden State. I think that's a shared role, just the way that the style of play is. Is Steph Curry the same player if he's on the Washington Wizards? That role may be different. Can he do those things? Possible. And so I think it's one of those arguments. But I'm gonna go with Magic in that sense, just because I'm a generalist and I believe in the definition of point guard.
Mario, what you got, brother?
I'm probably gonna. I kind of agree with Coach said in the beginning, because they two different players. You got two different eras. I mean, everybody's gonna look at eras. I mean, Steph did change the game. He did. You got a lot of kids now. That's who they want to be. If you playing point guard, that's who you want to be. You want to be Steph. You want to have that range like that. And not just have the range. I mean, Steph can get to the cup.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of people don't acknowledge that, but Steph can get to the cup. If he need to get to the cup, he can.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, to piggyback on what you said though, Coach Betts, I mean, he has to have the ball in his hands. He has to be the quarterback. Steph is not really the quarterback. That's because of the way the system is set up. So if you really look at it, I would have to lean, more towards Magic, and I don't even look at it as far as championships go. I mean, because when the team down, they can run through Magic. They can't run through Steph. They can't run no offense through Steph. They can, but they don't. You know what I'm saying? And sometimes, most of the time, Steph the first option in their offense.
Yeah.
With Magic play 5 positions out there.
Mm-hmm.
So if I had to lean towards who was the greatest point guard, I would look at Magic. That's who I would give it to, because you have a mismatch against him already. This man's 6'9". He gonna beat you up.
Yeah.
Steph, I love Steph. I love Steph game. I really do. But I mean, if I had to stand before the man right now and give him my pick, that's who I'm gonna pick. I'll pick Magic.
Okay.
So now let me chime in real quick, because but even just the essence of what the position says, it's a point guard, right? Steph automatically on the court gives you an extra point for every field goal, because he has to be accounted for because he shoots the ball so well. So yes, even they don't run the offense, but again, that's their system, and I feel like he's even transcend that position by he don't even have to have the ball to be accounted for as far as running the team, because every time you come down, you got to know where he's at on the court. And even within their system, they've developed a system to the point where you got the center that is basically the point guard facilitating what's going on out there, because the man shoots the ball so well. And as much as Magic, you the triple double, and yes, that is a huge part of the game. But I mean, Steph just being out there gives you more. How can I say? Just more options to score just by him being out there. And he's able to do those things. We're acting like, again, if he had to be that point guard, and let's say in New York or in Miami or so, he could be the point guard averaging 20 and 10 easily. I mean, he can do the exact same thing we see a Chris Paul or Kyrie do. It's just it's not set up for that system.
Question though, Coach, is Steph Curry if he's in that role? You know what I mean? Like, I think if Steph Curry has the ball in his hands and is orchestrating the way he's like Magic did, I don't think he becomes the Steph Curry that we know now. he wasn't a highly touted point guard in Davidson or even in high school. You know what I mean? And so the Steph that we know now, he wasn't that player when he first got into a league. And so I don't know if he becomes Steph Curry that we know and love now, if he's in that role, in the traditional point guard role. That makes sense.
Yeah, I mean, but he's had some double-digit assist games. He's had, and then at the end of the day, he has to have the ball in his hand towards the end because I mean, the man is like a 90-some% free throw shooter, so he's knocking them down all across the board as far as the efficiency of a guard. Now, is there any other guard throughout the history of basketball other than you can probably throw a Mike in that conversation or a Kobe that you want to have the ball down the stretch? Magic wasn't even a go-to guy down the stretch when he played. They ran everything through Worthy as far as a person that would have the ball down the stretch. And that right there, it just kind of, takes away from just the greatest of all time from that Magic category. But like I said, Magic is in a whole nother category within itself because the man literally just saved the NBA as far as putting eyeballs on the project.
So you saying culture wise, he saved the NBA, correct?
Magic,
as far
yes.
as far as the culture goes, it too. So I agree with you on that. I definitely agree with you on that. And they just different though. To me, they just gonna always be different because the players that Steph got. I mean, if you look at it, everybody can score the basketball. And they never really they had one true center one year when they won the championship. That was Andrew Bogut. And he was just out there to be the fifth guy. He was just out there. Because if you look at it, they just played small ball when they won the championship. They weren't really no real big man. When they went small and went to Draymond, they won. The difference that I look at with Magic won, he had Kareem, he had Kurt Rambis, he had Byron Scott, he had Big Game James. So he had options. You know what I'm saying? But it won't. And my take is the thing that really separates me from them is just errors. That's it to me. It's just the error. Because if you look at it, they both great.
Yeah.
It's just the errors. I mean, it's the same thing when people talk about the other category of who the GOAT. I don't want to bring that up, but everybody know how that category go.
That is a never ending conversation.
So I put it's a 1A and it's a 1 and a 1A for me. And I put that guy in the category by himself. That's just how I do that.
Okay. So, dog, who you picking between Magic and Steph?
I'm actually going to lean on these experts here, this expert panel of basketball aficionados on this one. It's a push for me. I really don't have a strong opinion either way.
Same. They were both great. It's like you got to pick between the two. It's like damn.
It's a tough topic, man.
Steph did what he did in his time, but like you all was saying, Magic changed and saved the game of basketball. People weren't looking, and like it was people weren't really watching that. And then Showtime was an era. Showtime was an era, and this dynasty in Golden State was also an era.
Yeah.
So it's like at their respective times, which is one of the safest ways to satisfy both sides of the argument. But like in their respective times, they were the greatest on the court. I don't see a point guard right now on the court that's better than Steph. Y'all might shoot my head off for saying that. Who you got?
No, that's better than. I mean, look, the point guard position. There are some great point guards that won't ever get any credit in the game of basketball. I would love to see some of these older point guards play. I'm thinking a player like Abdul Mahmoud Rauf, what he would look like in today's league. Would he be a Steph-like type player? Because ability to shoot the ball, create off the dribble. Like, he's one of those point guards that doesn't get enough credit, and that, like, he was something to deal with. You know what I mean?
Yeah, ask Mike about it. He know.
Yeah, so
yeah.
I mean, again, it's preference. It's preference. It's your definition of position. Again, Steph is great. I think he can do anything. He can play any position. He has transcended the position. Again, it's preference and definition of the position, how you want to flip it. So, I mean, I don't see anybody passing Steph up. If you put Magic and Steph, and you got a pickup game, most people are going to pick Steph. Because again, the ability to shoot the ball the way he can, that's something Magic didn't have. But again, like you said, Magic 6'7",
6'9".
6'9". Yeah. You can't teach height.
No.
That boy taller than Bryan as a point guard.
Can't coach height.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And so it's preference. It's preference.
Craig, I don't think we gave you a chance to give your pick between the two.
I just think it's kind of disrespectful how they treat my dude Isaiah Thomas when we talk about point guards in history. I'm sitting here Googling top 10 point guards of all time, and I just think it's names out there that
Names.
You want to say all time, or we saying ever? You got an Oscar Robertson. Think about it. Come on now.
That's why.
You got people like even John Stockton, no championships, but we saying point guard. We saying, for real. But when you matching up Magic against Steph Curry, it's like apples to oranges because they were two totally different players. I don't put Steph Curry in a point guard category. He is the new era shooting guard. That's who he is. You have Draymond as the quarterback of their offense. It's designed like that, but so it's kind of hard to even, put that argument together. It's like I agree with Steph. If somebody's gonna ask me who's the best on this podcast, hell, I'm gonna say Craig Black. Why would I say it's Stanton? You know what I'm saying? I'm always gonna say it's myself. So
let's cut it.
It is what it is. You're always gonna run with yourself and stuff like this, but in all seriousness, I just think y'all said it a couple of times. It's errors, and when we say Magic saved the NBA, yes, he did. If it wasn't no Larry Bird, there wouldn't be no Magic Johnson, and it wouldn't be no NBA. You needed that rivalry to make the NBA what it is today, and but I don't know. It's hard to debate this just because of the styles of play and how they play. What's the name? Steph Curry is not the creator of offense. He's not the primary quarterback of the offense right now. It's too many moving parts to put that point guard. That's the position he plays. That's what they got him listed as. But come on now, coming up the court half the time, Draymond Green is setting up the offense. Come on, it is what it is, and so I don't know. I'm still going. I'm gonna go with Magic. My official answer is Magic, by the way. But
I think when you're talking about Magic, you're talking about Curry. Both changed the NBA in their own way. Magic did what he did in the 80s, bringing basketball back in the 80s, and Steph Curry ushered in the era of the shooter. The era of like the long range shooter.
Yeah,
the long range shooter. That's what I should say. He brought that area in when before everybody was trying to dunk the ball. Now all the little kids want to shoot.
And that's why the dunk contest is just trash.
Not just the little kids, everybody want to shoot. Big,
everybody, yeah,
littles.
Don't care if you got the shot or not. I'm gonna put it up.
When I was
for Steph,
I know when I was a little kid, it was the era of the dunk. With Michael Jordan, who can dunk the ball, who can make fancy dunks. But now it's like, hey, who can make that half court shot?
Logo BT. Imagine BT coming down
the logo shot. Logo shots.
Hey, man. So I believe we can agree at the end of the day, no matter who you view the GOAT as, just like at the end of Magic's career, at the end of Steph's career, that jersey is going up in the rafters. It's going to get retired. Speaking of retiring jerseys, so there was some conversation over there on the West Coast about a certain player that a certain coach don't want to talk about if you don't hear him expressing his his dissatisfaction already. Jeannie Buss already came out and said when it's all said and done, and when he decides to hang it up, LeBron James will have his jersey retired in Los Angeles.
Disrespectful.
Why you say disrespectful, Coach? Why you say that?
Disrespectful, man. You can't have this man jersey next in LA. Not that his jersey don't deserve to be in the rafters, just not in LA. Next to Kobe, next to Shaq. No, he is not even on the list.
I agree, Coach. Say it again. Say it 5 more times, Coach. Say it again.
Listen, and again, now forgive me when rest in peace, Cole, man. But when he left the Lakers, I left the Lakers.
Everybody said that. Everybody said that.
When they brought that man in, I knew it was a wrap. He is going to go down as one of the worst Lakers. Worst Lakers. Period.
Come on, man.
Coach, you lost me.
Nah.
That's one of the hottest
This
takes
gonna be the last
ever on this show.
This gonna be the last.
That's one of the hottest takes of the
I don't
man.
need this tablet no more. Somebody pass it back.
Let him explain why. Let him explain why.
What has he done for the Laker organization? How has he grown the Laker organization? You lose your youth. You lose your future. And we're banking on him. And the only reason we banking on him is playing to play with his son. Come on, man. Why are we wasting?
That's the only reason we banking on them. Didn't they? You might not want to count that championship. Didn't they win one in 2020?
Bring it out.
You talking about in
Didn't they win one in 2020?
talking about in the bubble?
In the bubble.
Okay, so
that don't count.
That don't count.
Look at the pieces that he had when he was in the bubble. Look at the pieces that he had in the bubble, which they shouldn't have never broke up.
I think it was a money thing.
They shouldn't have never broke them pieces up that they had in the bubble.
They don't even count. They don't even count the COVID year in schools. They didn't give kids free passes in schools COVID year. Why are we counting the COVID year, man? Stop counting the bubble, man.
All right. Well, let's count this year. Did they or did they not knock out the reigning NBA champions, the Warriors? Right? Weren't they the ones that won last year? Did they make it this year?
Okay, the Warriors were terrible the entire year.
So were the Lakers.
Right. So,
but they made it farther than the Warriors, right?
About them, man.
Because that man took a trash team yet again because he did it his last year in Philly. Exactly. They were trash. As much as you don't want to remember this, they were trash in Kobe's last 4-5 years, right? In these 4 or 5 years that LeBron was there, he done got them back in playoff contention.
LeBron did that? Or was it
who
AD?
else? AD.
He ain't even the best player on his team.
But AD, so you mean to tell me you're gonna roll with AD over LeBron? That's what you're saying right now.
I'm saying if you
now, yes.
Best player on his team.
So who's the best player on the team?
AD.
AD is okay. I can't count.
Coach trolling over there, man. Y'all falling for it, man. So look.
We're
not talking about his story. Hold on, wait.
We talking about LeBron in a Laker uniform.
Coach Betts, answer me this: if AD
stat stuffing, no defense.
If AD was as good as he's saying he is, wouldn't he have went real far in New Orleans? Wouldn't the Pelicans have made a lot of noise? What the Pelicans do? Nothing, which is why he had to go play with who?
Again.
Do you think AD is going to LA if LeBron wasn't there? Answer that. Answer that. Okay, then. So how you gonna say this man don't matter? Yet this man is the only way that you don't want to talk about him. Yet if it wasn't for him, you wouldn't be able to say all this mess that's coming out your mouth right now saying AD is the best player on the Lakers.
What have they won?
A championship, bro. He got the ring. He got the trophy.
Best player on the Lakers. What are you talking about?
A chip.
Come on, man. What's their record? What's their record? They in the losers playoffs trying to sneak in. The last 2-3 years in a row. They had to create a play-in game just to get the man in for the ratings. It's for the ratings. That is the only reason. We talk about real basketball.
So when they created,
I agree with you. Right there. You got me back now, Coach. You got me back.
Wait. You're talking about the play-in for the playoffs, right?
Yeah,
wasn't that constructed in the COVID year when they went in? Weren't the Lakers top of the conference? Because they was going hard, they was winning.
They were,
and then COVID, right there. They put it together for COVID. They didn't do it for LeBron.
A shortened league with a shortened roster, a shortened playoff team. The people in the bubble didn't even want to play in the bubble.
So bubble started. What was that? March? No, that was way back. The season stopped in like what? March or April, correct?
March,
April, around that time. After that, you don't have a lot of time for regular season games. There was no way for Golden State to turn around that god awful season. The Lakers were at the top. Everybody else was cemented where they were. It don't matter if they had the time off. It don't matter if they picked up right where they left off. At the end of the day, the teams had a chance to get in there. The teams that made it, and we go from there.
Worst Laker in the history of Lakers.
You gonna say that? And
hey, Mario needs to chime in here. I want to hear Mario's take.
Because Smoooth brought it up to me maybe about 2 or 3 weeks ago, and I told him this because he asked me the question. He said, "What do you think about them retiring his jersey in Miami, Cleveland, and LA?" Okay, I had to think about it. What you need to do is you need to look at LeBron's full body of work from all 3 teams. That's what you need to look at. You need to look at his full body of work from all 3 teams and see what accomplishments that he did. Did he build a team? Did he make others around him better? I'm saying, to whereas they could still be competitive when he leave. Did he do that in Cleveland?
Absolutely not.
I would say, no.
Absolutely not.
But
ain't no
championship to Cleveland.
He did.
He put in a lot of work before he left.
Mm-hmm.
Now, should they do it in Cleveland? Of course, they should. He left and he went to Miami. Do I think they need to put one in Miami? Yeah, they should. He brought him 2 championships when he was in Miami?
Yeah.
He brought him 2. Mm-hmm. He could have got a 3rd one, but he saw them Spurs.
He saw Kawhi.
Yeah, he saw Kawhi.
Yeah, he saw Kawhi.
And then the LA thing is sort of like suspect. I can't say that yet. I can't say they shouldn't retire his jersey yet. Because he was hurt last year. He was hurt. Mm-hmm. And to me, just like in any other sport, that's when you gotta have teammates, basketball, baseball. You don't have the right pieces around you, you're not gonna win anything. Mm-hmm. So if he's healthy this year, and AD is healthy, and I agree with what you say, because AD really is the focal point in LA. It's not LeBron. LeBron is just there. LeBron is there to pretty much be the quarterback, to orchestrate and put the people in the right place. Mm-hmm. So to do 3 jerseys and 1 franchise, he probably gonna be the first to do it because they're gonna give it to him, man.
Give it to him. Give it to him.
They're gonna give it to him.
Give it to him.
Did he earn it? Probably not, but they're gonna give it to him. It's a difference. He earned the first 2. They're gonna give him to him. They're gonna give this one to him, man. They're gonna give it to him. I'm just looking at his full body work. That's just how I look at it. Because he didn't prove nothing to me in LA yet.
Here's what I think, man. I think LeBron James is one of those generational type of players that has done so much for the league and the game of basketball that he's going to have multiple jerseys retired. Now, it's not unprecedented. You've seen it in baseball. You've seen it in football. He's one of those players. That's no doubt. No doubt. He's one of the greatest players of all time. Now, as far as earning the spot, if he should, that's a different story. But I think because of his body of work, he deserves multiple jerseys, including LA, be up in the rafters because of what he brought to the game of basketball. And just to be honored in that way, I think that is fitting for a player of his stature.
Like LeBron, I feel like we could say it now. Whatever team he goes on, that's a meal ticket for the playoffs, with the exception of his first year because he got hurt that year too. I believe it was around the Christmas time. They were playing Golden State. They were giving Golden State that work too because that was the year I believe they had just swept LeBron and them the year before, and they were giving the Lakers, that Laker team with all that youth, they were giving the Warriors work before LeBron went out with that I believe that first groin injury. So like, we're not gonna act like he just went there and was like, oh well, I'm just LeBron.
I think Coach Best, you just don't like LeBron. I mean,
I feel like that's what it is.
So I'm gonna let BT and Coach Black
man,
talk.
Look, no LeBron slander over here, man. Like what y'all don't realize, man, that this dude has surpassed any and every expectation that this man has came in the league with from high school. So not only do I think that they're gonna retire his jersey in Miami, Cleveland, and LA, but the league should retire his whole jersey. It should not be a player coming up to wear number 23 or number 6, because the man has just been an ambassador for all his years in the league. And yeah, the LA era is not gonna match up to the Kobe and the excitement that Kobe produced when he was playing. But at the same time, this man just became the all-time leading scorer in NBA history in a Lakers jersey. That has to be honored at some point in the pantheon of basketball. This man should not only have his jersey retired, but have a statue outside the arena. So again, man, this guy LeBron, man, he's done so much for the game. And we're focusing on the LeBron in year number 20 and 21, and we're saying he's washed up, he's a has-been, he's not the best player on this team. But the fact that this man is still going strong and can easily be a 20-10 guy at year number 20 plus is just, I mean, who else has had that many primes? And you throw some pieces around him and you got a contending team regardless. So I can't have the slander, and regardless if you don't like him or not, man, that dude is greatness all across the board for LeBron.
So in year 20 for LeBron James, he averaged 28, 8, and 6.
Come on, man.
28 points, 8 rebounds, 6 assists. Kobe wasn't doing that in year 20.
Oh, 2020. Man, hey, Mr. Black, go ahead, take a turn, please.
Was he though? Am I just shooting from the hip? Am I calling bad things?
I will agree with Sadal's statement and Coach BT. They probably will retire his jersey at all 3 teams. He deserves it in Cleveland. Because he's from Cleveland. He deserves it in Miami. Yeah, he got 2 rings out of it, Miami. Yeah. But LA, no. I'm saying no for LA, but they're going to do it anyway. I'm saying no for LA just because of the fact he was a part-time Laker. You have people like Kobe, Kareem, Magic, those Laker names, and come on, the marquee history. I think it's kind of But Coach BT, you said they should retire his number 23. That has to be on. You can't do that. If they didn't do
that, the number
for Mike, it's no way in the world they can do it for.
But I'm just saying, just in general, the number 23 should not be worn, even with because LeBron got it from Mike. So the number 23 should not be worn by any player in the league. It should just be an illegal number that nobody should be able to have.
I agree with you, but it should, if they're going to do it, it should have happened with Mike first before. If anybody changed the landscape of the game, LeBron, his body work is great. It's incredible, and I think off the court it's even better. That's why I'm this much of a LeBron fan, because it's off the court stuff. But nevertheless, that number 23, Mike Jordan, he changed the landscape for the players. Right. He changed the landscape for the economy. I'm not even a Mike Jordan fan, but what he did with come on now, he changed everything about
world basketball. The world basketball.
So that needs to be a conversation that needs to get sparked and come back up. That 23 shouldn't even be worn all across the NBA. So I'm in agreement with that. That I mean, Jordan made every kid want to grab number 23 when you ask what number do you want playing on the team. All right, 23.
But going back to, you also mentioned that scoring thing. He plays. Who else played 20 years like LeBron did? I mean, LeBron played at a level. I just think that scoring is like, that's, come on now. It's like every team that he was on, he was. I guess it. I don't know. I don't want to hate on him. I just think that all those years he played, all the shots and all that scoring is like, come on now. It's like half the time. It's a different era, different time, different era. And he wasn't getting beat down like other NBA players back in the day. It was a total different type of defense setup for Mike.
Hold on. I'm a beg to differ because he played in the
he didn't have to go up against the Detroit Bad Boys.
He went up against the new school Bad Boys. He went up against the guys that was fighting in the stands. He knocked them out.
It's a total different. It wasn't the same.
He beat the team that was fighting in the stands. How you can't get tougher than that. You can't get tougher than that. But like I said, that's just hats off to him and how he just took care of his body. Like, it's hard. You went back and you said that, you brought up Isaiah Thomas. Some of our greats that we think about only really played 10 years. A Larry Bird, an Isaiah Thomas. Them guys only played maybe 10, 11 years.
Those guys did play a 4-year college career too.
Yeah.
LeBron didn't. You got to think about it. LeBron went straight to the pros. So it's like, he had a lot more time. So, but I'm not, there's not a debate. I think he's going to get his jersey retired. All teams, like Sadal said, like you mentioned. And I just think it's kind of a disrespect to Kobe, Magic, and Kareem because he's a part-time Laker, not a full-time Laker.
It's never. Again, I'm not a huge LeBron fan, but respect is respect. The man carried the league as a high schooler. That's not me dismissing what this man has done. I'm speaking specifically as a former Laker and trying to compare his career with the Lakers amongst the greats of the Lakers and retiring his jersey. That's all I'm talking about. And I'm saying that his Laker career does not match. You brought up the averaging 28 and 8. Now we're talking about Laker basketball. All that 28 and 8 don't mean nothing. Does that scoring produce winning? And the answer is no. The answer is no. It didn't produce winning. He can score. We know BT know more than there's people out here that can score the basketball and booster their numbers. But if it don't create winning, Lakers is about winning basketball, championships. And LeBron did not do that in a career where he was with the Lakers. How many years now? But 8? 9 years?
He ain't been there that long.
How long you been there?
He got there in 18, 19. He coming on year 5.
Again, year 5.
Yeah, he coming on year 5.
Year 5. How many winning seasons has he had?
The bubble.
Were they winning the year after the bubble? Were they?
I'll say this. And this
is gonna be
winning basketball, coach. Winning basketball. You can give me numbers all day. Winning basketball, championships.
I see BT as a basketball coach, and he can chime in whenever. And he said it earlier. Sometimes just because you got the big chess piece, you got to have the other pieces on the board too to still win. Mm-hmm. If LeBron ain't have those other pieces, he's not going to win.
Exactly. But that's what I'm saying, though. Again, in Miami, you had Dwayne Wade.
Mm-hmm.
Dwayne Wade had a championship before LeBron.
Yes.
Also with Shaq, but
old Shaq at that. But again, so you can't say, but you can't say a LeBron. LeBron came to Miami and brought them 2 more championships.
Mm-hmm.
Dwayne Wade had a championship before LeBron,
but
he helped. No, he was a huge part of that. But, granted, he got another one there. That's fine. Again, comparing his Laker career. No, that's not saying he ain't great. I ain't saying he one of the GOATs. Not saying any of that. But yeah, y'all gonna get on me. Hey, Kobe, man, rest in peace. You're the best.
All right. Well, hey, this was an excellent way to end out this show. This was an excellent first show for our new panelist, Mario Whitaker. It was great to have Coach Betts back. We had Coach BT with us as well. As always, Craig, it's a pleasure. Sadal, man. Since my day one, it's always a pleasure. I want to shout out our producer over there in the great beyond somewhere over there. Make sure not that
He's
great
right
beyond.
here in this room, man.
Not that great beyond, but
Come on,
you know,
man.
beyond the cameras. Make sure you follow us on all our social medias there, right there. Instagram, Twitter, because again, what is an X? Facebook and YouTube. You can catch our highlights on YouTube. You can also catch us on Roku. And we thank you for tuning in on all these streams, as well as Hot 365, where it's always hot. Make sure you tune in next week. We got Ladies Night popping off, and you don't want to miss it. Until then, please be safe out here in these streets. My name is Stanton. Y'all have a good night.
We had a phenomenal day today. Nigger League Museum and Arthur Bryant's Barbecue.
How we going now? Damn.
The Nigger League Museum.